Hi, so now what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put an update of one of the, I'll say, not cast-offs or outcast of carbonation or whatever. I don't know what to call them anyway. So I'm gonna show this one because they're actually in Uganda, okay? One of them's in Uganda. Her name is Lai, and she's in Uganda. I don't know how long they've been there. I'm not going to speculate how long they've been there, but in this live, she's asking for donations and stuff like that. And I'm going to probably show the other lady who went with her, Mashon, who went with her. Probably I might show her today. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'm going to show Lai, I think her name is.
Peace and love. I'm going live on my page, and I'm also gonna try to go live on the tribe's page too. But I'm gonna go live on my page, which is here first. So this is pretty hard for me as the chiefess of our tribe, which is called the Tribe of Light, to be on live and to let our followers know, bear with me, that about what's been going on within our tribe, what's been happening. Are we still a tribe? Just wanted to let you guys, give you guys an update as to what's been going on. We have not been posting much because of what we have currently happening within our tribe. We are here in Africa. We're here in Uganda. And we came here together as a tribe of, let me see, Ezekiel, Olivia. So five. So five of us, let me show. So five of us, six of us came to Uganda as a tribe, as a family together. My cousin Olivia, myself, I, my daughter Akosha, Adam, and Michonne. So we all came together as a tribe, as a family to Africa. And Olivia, my cousin, is the one who is supporting us at this time financially while we made this journey to come to Africa. So we know that money is needed for us to continue, for us to go on this journey. So Olivia being the main source of income to bring us here to Africa, bought our tickets and financed the entire journey here to Africa. And of course, the goal as a tribe was for us to come to Africa, for us to get land, for us to build, for us to, come out of Babylon and show the people how you can come home, you can come back home to Africa and you can build here. So our journey was to do that, was to build together as a family, right? So now what happened now, what's happening right now is that Olivia left. Our tribe, we separated. There's some in Tanzania and there is some in Uganda. So currently there's a split. Ezekiel, my son, also came with his wife, ended up coming to Uganda with us. And Olivia and her tribe, they are currently in, okay, to each his own. Yeah. So you see, Olivia's currently building in Tanzania. So the goal was for us to, yeah. So the goal was for us to come together, right, and to build so that we can live a life here in Africa as a tribe, right? And also to coming back to our roots, and learning about ourselves, because Africa is where we came from. This is what I believe myself to be. Because when I'm here in Africa, people can actually see me and say, "Oh, you're part of that tribe," or "You're part of, South Africa or West Africa." They just look at you and they know you're African. So I know this is where we originated from, and I needed to be where I came from and where the true knowledge is, where the wisdom actually is here in Africa, where all sorts of knowledge originated here, right? So the mission was for us to do that. So okay, so what happened is that Olivia left. She has a husband, and she's no longer wanting to build with us. She no longer wants to associate herself basically with us. So we had to leave Uganda. We had to come to Tanzania, and we had to use the last set of our money to go see Olivia and to talk to her, to have a discussion, about why. We want to know, why did you, leave, and, what's going on. Like, let's talk about, why this is happening. So I said, we're here, let's talk. She said she doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to hear anything that we have to say. She said her husband now is in charge of everything, and she's no longer in charge, even though she came here, with me, with us, to Africa. She brought her baby, and we're also there helping with the baby, as you guys have seen in the videos, that, she's here with her baby. And Olivia is actually my blood cousin, y'all. This is not, some friend. I have history with her, as in I helped raise her. So she's my blood relative cousin. And so I said, Olivia, as cousins, as blood, let's have a talk. I said, let's have a talk. Let's talk about what's happening. Let's talk. Let's have an open dialogue. I want to know, why you're doing this. Let's talk and let's see how we can, come together and resolve this. And she still refuses. She still refused. Yeah, so she still refused, and basically told us that she doesn't care what we have to say emergency wise, because it was an emergency. We were supposed to be, reuniting as a tribe, coming together so we can build. And she said now she has to focus on her family, her immediate family. Thank you, DT. It's really hard for me, because it's like, no, I have to put all my pride to the side and do this. I've been sitting on this. Like, I'm reaching out to people privately that I know that can help us at the moment. And this is what I've been doing behind closed doors, behind the scene of, being live. And it's just like, this is a point where I have to reach out to my followers, because I have been, putting in the work. I have been putting in the work. You've been seeing the work that we've been putting in as a tribe, from Puerto Rico, from our journey to Puerto Rico, to Costa Rica, to now Africa. So you've seen the pattern of us actually putting in the work, actually showing you guys, tribal, and how we can come together and how we should come together. You've seen us put in, the downloads, the videos, health-wise, when it comes to being vegans, when it comes to being vegetarians, when it comes to just, fruits, and just putting out the knowledge and helping the people. This is what we signed up for. We signed up to work for humanity. So, you know what I mean? This is what we actually came together and decided as a unit to, serve humanity. So if you watch our videos, you see that we have information that can help the people. And a lot of this is happening, what, 2 years now? We've been doing this over 2 years of just, helping, showing you guys how you can do this as a tribe. So we've been putting in that work. I have hundreds of posts on my IG, hundreds of videos, information that you can actually learn something from. I've been putting in the work. I've been putting out the knowledge, as a woman, as a leader, as a mother. I've been doing this. And my cousin Olivia, saw what I was doing. She saw this and she loved it. And she wanted to be a part of what we're doing. So she came freely on her own free will, because we've had issues in the past, me and her. We've had issues where stuff in our family, is not the best. And she has apologized for what she's done to me personally. She has apologized for these things that we've had in the past. So we have history, and Olivia came freely on her own to us, and she wanted to be part of this journey, part of being natural, part of just living in tune with yourself, a part of freedom, of peace, that she saw that we were experiencing. She wanted to be part of it, and she freely came. You know? Oh, we just had a power outage, guys. Please bear with me. Power outage, but you can hear me still, right? It's a good thing I have battery. So you're not gonna be able to see me, but you can hear me. So to continue with the conversation, guys. I know you can hear me though. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad you can hear me. So, like I said, Olivia and I, we have real family blood history, and she came on her own, and she came willingly came to be a part of our tribe and to be a part of what we stand for. And then we welcomed her. We helped with the baby. We did a lot. I put in a lot of work with her and with the baby and with everything and with healing. We've cried together, we've danced, we've did so much things together. We did a lot together as a tribe. So so she came and she just she gave freely, and she wanted to donate, like, without. She just took care, she just did her part. I was getting income, but my income was.
She's given the impression that she's very desperate for money at this point, because, like, she made a big move to Uganda. I'm starting to say how the Americans say Uganda, and now she's stranded there, or whatever the problem is. Like, she did explain it in the beginning that 6 of them went to Uganda and something happened, and now she and I think her daughter is there. But you could have stopped the live when the lights went out. You could have stopped the live, and I really think this is why the other the young lady, is taking on Carbonation, because she sees what you're doing. So she wants to do what you're doing now, because you said that you traveled through Puerto Rico, you traveled to various places until you got to Uganda. So I don't. It's kind of sad that she's begging on IG. Really, it's sad, really, because it's not cheap to go to Africa. Africa is very expensive to go to Africa, from what I was told. It's not a cheap trip. And you're there. Mind you, somebody did say something in the comments because they're kind of shook that you are on here begging. I mean, I don't know what to make of. I don't know what to make of it, and I'm gonna let her play it all out because, like I said in the previous one that I did of what's the leftovers, they all seem to be doing all different stuff right at this point. Her and Marshawn, because Marshawn is quite happy where she is at, right? I don't know, maybe she's more at peace because she's not in America and all that. She's not as shouty. Well, she is a young lady. This young lady here, it's sad that she's doing all this because I didn't even know that they went to Uganda until I went and looked for myself. I didn't know because nobody spoke about it. But now you're there. Okay, fair enough, right? You get stranded. It happens. There must be another way. You must can make something. You must be able to try and make something, put together something. It's like you're asking for the American dollar. You should have had a backup plan, basically, because when you're out in them places, you need a backup plan. Anything can happen. So I'm gonna let her play. Sorry, and that's just my opinion on it, really. I've never traveled to Uganda, but I would think that you'd have a backup plan, some type of backup plan, in case somebody falls out with you, in case something happens. My grandmother always used to say, you always make sure you have money when you leave, when you go certain places with people, because you never know what can happen on the other end. And that is a true thing. And she wasn't prepared. But let's listen to her tell the story.
Not as much, but she came and she donated and she gave us, and she did give us money, and we were able to buy in Costa Rica we were able to buy a van. We had a whole van that we bought. We even purchased land, but we didn't pay the whole thing off. But we even purchased land. We paid a down payment on land in Costa Rica. Like all of this, was funded by Olivia. And
So if you was able to purchase land in Costa Rica due to one person, wouldn't you have tried to get on with that person? Because she said that they fell out. Yo, all these cults, how is this even possible? There's a lot of cults. There's a lot of cults, man. There's a lot of cults. I might even start back on the cults train myself. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, like you got money from the person. You fell out with the person. I mean, she doesn't really give a reason. I think did she give I can't remember. Well, she gave a reason or not giving a reason. You fell out with the person. You're supposed to have a backup plan. You're out. If you've done this many times or you move from different country to country, you're supposed to have a backup plan. Big up to you, Sis Ocean, for bringing them open. Big up to you, Sis Ocean, for bringing them the open so we can see. Yeah, there's quite a few people covering a few of them, but they're not covering this lot. They're not really covering them. Cola James and that was covering a few of them because Cola goes to Bigo as well. But these ones, I'm just like, how can you be begging on big old IG? Because I saw one live she put. Well, the thing is that they don't save the live. They don't save the live. So the fact that she saved this live, this is the begging live. So that's why she saved it because the other live she didn't save. I think next time that she's on, I'm gonna try and catch her because she should have had a backup plan, some type of backup plan. I know plenty people who travel to different parts of Africa. Jessica, I'm sure Jessica will agree with me if she was here because she traveled to Ghana and I think she traveled to Gambia. She will say you need a backup. I'm sure of it. I'm right. Like I'm very, very certain of it. because you never know what can happen out there. You have to be on your P's and Q's and certain stuff, even how you're moving around the continent itself, because like you are begging. You come from a, I could say, kind of well-to-do country. So they're looking at you like in certain ways, all kind of ways, because like you are begging. Once again, you're begging. You shouldn't have to be begging. You shouldn't have to be begging. It's not not necessary to do it. I feel that you must should have had a game plan, a plan B, a plan C. In case of this, let me put this one into place. Higher minds eye. In case of this, in case of that, let me just put this into place. Why I don't understand why you come on big IG. Once again, this is also one of Nature Boy, how he used to do things. Like he'll reach somewhere and then he'll say that how he needs to pay for groceries and he'll be in a foreign country. Hi, mind's eye, and that people from his who's following him will give him the cash apps or whatever he needs, and he was able to pay for groceries. Now, what like I said, they all have a template of doing certain stuff. They do a template, and this is the template right here, right now. But she's in a whole different country now. It's not like she's on the edge of America like Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is part of the Americas, right? Because you wasn't really totally out of the beast. So at the end of the day, I feel that you should have had a plan B. Plus, you are an older woman as well. Okay, you're an older woman, right? You said you're head of a tribe. You're supposed to sit down, or well, actually, you're supposed to sit down. Obviously, right, there's a treasurer and all that stuff and all this. I think that's how it goes with most organizations. You have a treasurer, you have a person in case that anything goes wrong on the other end. So you lot can come back to America. But they were saying that they were happy being in Uganda. And now whatever the reasons is, right, she said that how she wants to come back and work in the America, which makes sense. I've known many people who's gone to the continent and come back and they worked for their money for whatever they're trying to do, whether it's land they're trying to buy, whether it's land building a house on the plot. There's various ways and means of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna let her play, because I'm talking too much now.
This is, like I said, this is her freely doing this, not me, demanding anything, or not any one of us demanding. This is came straight out from her, straight out from her heart, because this is what she wants to be part of. So just making that clear to everybody. So the only disagreements that we've had with Olivia, and if you look at our tribe page, the only disagreement we would have is with her just being a mom to Ozioma, her baby. That's the only disagreement we would have. We would just try to let her know that, you gotta, do a little bit better. Because if I am a mother, right, and I have experience on how to raise a child, and someone who is younger than me with almost a brand new baby is telling you, advising you, okay, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. This is what I would do. I would just let her know, like, hey, this is how you should do it. This is how I think you should feed her on time, or I think you should, these things. I would try to make life easier. If she's hungry, make sure her bottle is ready before she wakes up. Don't have her crying for a long time. These type of patterns have been trying to.
Yeah, there are a large group. I'm gonna show the rest of them. It's quite a lot of them actually. There's quite a lot of them. The rest of them is in Puerto Rico. Sources in Puerto Rico. Um, I don't know where her son is exactly. I'm gonna find where her son is because he hasn't posted in a long time. He seems to have gone quiet. But they are a large group because when you are looking for them, you see that how many of them is there. Like it's like following a lot of people to find out that one information basically. And on top of that, right, obviously people there's going to be different characters that is going to be amongst you as a group, so you have to put certain things into place. Yes, you can tell the woman how to look after her child, but because she's not in the beast, obviously she thinks that how she can grow the child however, sometime undisciplined if that. So she's looking at you like, why are you telling me this? Because it's like you're bullying me, like you're trying to tell me how to raise my child. That's the impression I'm getting from this whole conversation. So the woman who was helping them in the process, I feel that she got her mad, and then so she walked away from them. She walked away and took her money with her. Basically, that's what I feel that happened with her. I'm going to let it play more.
Help her with. Just it. Because with children, they need structure, they need order. You know, they can't just be wild out here. They need a routine. So those are the only thing. Have her, have her in bed on time. Make sure she's in bed at a certain time. Don't have her up at 12 or a.m. or 1 a.m. She should be in her bedtime should be 8 o'clock, So these things. So those are the only thing that I would just disagree with. We would disagree on. But sometimes she'll take it personally. So all this, I guess, built up, and she's not saying, how she truly feels. Then now she's like, just like, okay, I'm just done. She's just done. Basically left us here stranded with no income. I don't have an income coming in consistently. So she knows this also. It's not like she doesn't know this. She knows that I don't have an income. I don't have a job that I'm getting money coming in. I have zero income coming in. Yes, she left us with some money in Uganda, but we had to pay rent. We had to eat. We had to do these things. So what I'm saying is that now, so I have no income, and she chose to just say, I don't care what you got going on, but I have to focus on my family only. And my husband is in charge, and I'm no longer don't want to be part of nothing. And then she also said that I wasn't about to follow a woman leader either. So all that remarks is basically built up tension that was already there that she never addressed, and she doesn't even want to address this. This is the thing. She doesn't even want to address it. She's like basically putting it under the rug and just don't want to face what let's just talk. She doesn't even want to talk about this. So now no, that's not my plan. No, my plan is not to stay in Africa and ask for no donations. Absolutely not. That is not my plan. Okay, my plan is not to do that. I am a I
No, like it's okay. You don't have to ask her. You can share and all that. You just go ahead and do. Just doing it. It's fine. I'm cool with that. Yeah, just making sure the sound is okay because it dips in and out now and again. Because I was gonna actually go and look for the tribe page, as she calls it, because she said she goes over there sometimes. But I'll do it after I've done this. But she obviously the lady's going to think about herself and that. So was you hoping, or did you not think that she would clock that, how right the money you took from her, that she wouldn't take it all back or want to focus on her family? Also, right, they say that two lionesses can't get on together. That is a saying. In this case, I feel that is what it is. She didn't want to be governed by a woman. She wanted to have a man around her than a woman. Two lionesses can't get on together. This is what that's about right there. So, you know, she had to go because like you're making money, or she's giving you money, all her money for the rent, for the food, water, because I'm sure, even though water's free, but you got to make sure there's security in around the area where you at. You got to pay them people, because I know there's a whole heap of stuff, whole heap of things that goes on in Africa, where like money, you have to make sure you got the money. She says she's not gonna ask for money. Then why the whole explanation? I know, innit? I know, I know. She's asking for money. She's just going all the way around. She's trying to ease people in to ask for that money. She's easing them into the whole story. I'm just like, man, she didn't even think of that. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm not running to a foreign country unless I know I got backings, unless I can do something when I'm there to make an income. When you're in a place, judging by what where my mom is, you have to be able to be either raising chickens, growing yam. You have to be doing all that. And then you have to look out for the locals don't get jealous of you, because they will get jealous of you. So she must have paid for a whole lot of things, but you're not asking for money.
Okay, I have a hustling spirit. Okay, so I don't know how to just do that. I don't know how to just ask for donations for the rest of my life. I like to set up things where I know my money is coming in. I don't have to depend on people for that to happen. This is just me. I did hair for over 15 years. I've done hair, and I've did that by myself with no husband. I did it for with 4 children. So I know how to do things for myself, you know? So no, my plan is definitely not to stay in Africa and ask for donation. My plan is I need tickets. I needed tickets back to America so I can work and I can save and I can do it better. That's all I'm asking for. I just need a ticket back to America so I now can have my income. I don't want to depend on anybody's income no more. I learned my lesson, right? Thank you. I've learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. I know now not to depend on others people's income. I know this now. I went through it. I had to go through it. Okay, now I know. So all I need now is I need a ticket back to America. Yes, I'm on my own. I'm with Akosha, my daughter, and she's currently pregnant with her husband's baby, and it's just the three of us right now at the moment. She is currently pregnant. Her and Adam, yes, they did split up. I don't know if you guys are following her page too, but Thank you, hippie. But they're no longer together, and she's now moved on with her new African husband. So the tickets, I also I have a friend and her.
Now listen to story now, yeah? She said her daughter is pregnant for an African man. So they went there for fun and games, and now the daughter's moved with the African man. That's interesting, that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yes. Yes, Amma, you have to be aware of these people. Don't take things for face value because you see pretty scenery behind them. That, yeah, like, okay, some people might be doing the real thing and others might not be, but you have to just not be quick, to donate, because they probably have loads of followers that's not donating to them. So what she's doing here, I will say it is it's a begging session right now, isn't it? It's a begging session.
Her name is Ami. Ami was also part of our tribe, and she's still very much family, but we're just not together at the moment. Ami is currently in Texas, and Ami said that she has a job for me. As soon as I get to Texas, the job is already ready. And also, I have a place to stay for free because it's kind of like a hostel where you can work and you can stay for free and you can still work and get paid also. So she has that already set up for me. So when I get to Texas, I'm just going straight into working. All right. So that's what I'll be doing once I get the ticket to Texas. So the ticket is right now is 1,000 and oh, you love yes, Ami is really an angel. Ami is an angel. Ami's been helping us, and Ami's just like Ami got everything already ready, set for me to go. Like I'm ready. Where is your wife? Oh, Michonne also left. Michonne decided to. Man, guys, it's a long story, and I want to write a book because this is too much to explain. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but like I said, the tickets, let me get on the ticket. The tickets prices is $1,000 for me to get to Texas. You want to know, is your daughter going with you? No, our husband, he would have to get a visa to come with us. Like he wants to come, she wants to come. He wants to come and work. He wants to actually come and do this. But it will require him to get a visa to come to America. And we don't really know.
So it is a 90-day fiance situation where, like, they go to a foreign country, i.e. the continent. She's met herself a man and he wants to come to America. So he actually works in the man's favor because she's carrying his child. She's American citizen. Okay, the child might not be American citizen, but he wants to come over to work. Sometimes when you bring those men over, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is like 90-day fiance with a tribe. What she said is like, oh, he wants to come, but he needs a visa. And the daughter's pregnant for him. When they come to America, was that going to work? Is that going to work in your daughter's favor? He might run off. He might get his green card and go. He might run. I've seen this happen many times.
The process on that. But we all basically want to come. But what I was telling them is that let me go first let me go first and let me start working, and then we can start getting them to come also. She said for each person or for you and your daughter. So the ticket prices for each. That's the ticket. The one way. That's each. She left you again. What's the name? Yeah, she left again. Yes. Yeah, what's the name? Michonne. Michonne. Yes, Michonne left again. Michonne had a choice to to be with us, and Michonne chose to be over there. So let me tell y'all what happened. I have to tell y'all what happened. So after Olivia, now Olivia is no longer part of her tribe. Akosha is now with her husband. Adam is now with Olivia. Adam, Olivia, Olivia's husband, and this other African guy named Don is currently with Olivia. So it's me. This is before Ezekiel got here. So now it's me, it's Akosha, and it's her husband, and Michonne. We were all living together, four of us. After the split, is four of us. So me, Michonne, Akosha, and her husband, we're all living together. Ezekiel now decided to come he decided to come to Uganda with us. So now Ezekiel and his wife Triana, both of them came to Africa. Olivia financed both of their tickets, and they came straight to Africa. And so right now, Uganda, we're in Uganda. Over there would be Tanzania. Is that what you're saying, hippie? So yeah, so Ezekiel now decided that he was gonna come to Africa with us, and he wanted to come to Uganda because he's seeing that the vibe here in Uganda. We have a beautiful apartment. We're just really vibing, and we're having a really good time in Uganda because Uganda is different. Uganda is a vibe. The people here are they're so vibrant. They're happy, they're dancing, they're singing, they're drumming. It's always a vibe. There's talents. You can see my page too, where I put there's talents. Their talents are like they're very vibrant here. So Ezekiel and his wife, they decided to come, and so now it's six of us in Uganda. So we all.
Okay, for those who don't know who Ezekiel is, that's her son. Okay, he was running the tribe before. He was also with Velvet at one point. For those who don't know, who don't follow, who haven't followed, who doesn't know what's going on, he he was with Velvet. That's totally daft. They're totally different than Nature Boy. He didn't mingle with the locals. No, he didn't mingle with the locals, which is true. On her page, you do actually see her mingling with the locals. You see them taking her somewhere, probably to deal with papers or something. Yes, they are definitely mingling with the locals, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing, because in Puerto Rico they weren't doing that. So yeah, it's a comfort. I think they're more comfortable in Uganda. Um, that's the impression I get from from the page. Hi, Shadow. Yeah, having babies with them. I mean, yeah, having a baby with a man from the continent is very risky, because when the man comes back to America, it it could work in your favor, and it might not work in your favor. So he what he's done, he sealed the deal, right? Obviously, right, they got pregnant, and yeah, and you know he might be okay. Who knows? He might be all right, or he might run away from her. He might go somewhere else. He might cheat on her, all sorts of stuff. So yeah. So let's hear more of this lady. What's she got to say about Ezekiel?
Six of us. So all of us now we're vibing, and it was a lot. It's I like I said, it's too much to talk about right now. Akosha.
Is that on me?
I'm on live.
Oh,
You wanna come?
peace to
Come. We have a blackout, guys.
Yes.
Kosha's here. I was telling them the story, but I was just saying it's too much to talk about, and why Ezekiel is no longer here with us. He's in
Yes.
Tanzania.
Everyone is like left.
So Ezekiel is in Tanzania with Michonne and with a guy named Freddie, our friend. He was also
So
with
what
us.
was you saying?
I was saying that Ezekiel came to us in Uganda.
Okay. So I thought Mashawn was with her in Uganda. Mashawn is in Tanzania. Ezekiel is in Tanzania. So there was 6 of them at first, including her daughter. And Ezekiel came over to like he passed through, and he was there for a bit, and then he went to Tanzania. Got it. We got there in the end. We got there. Okay. So now they're going to tell the story, the 2 of them. Akashia, I think her name is. They're going to tell the story now.
Because we're saying about the vibe, and
Yeah.
he liked the nature over here, and he was just like, your husband and him, they started to get close and started to communicate, and Ezekiel really wanted to come because I can learn from African. I can learn from him, like
Yes, like he was communicating with us because he was in Costa Rica actually with his wife Triana.
Yes. They had their own place.
They had their own place.
He had a motor.
They had their motor. They were eating good.
Fridge, everything.
Everything was good. But the only thing was missing was the vibe. So he was looking on our page and seeing what we're up to, and when he sees that we're in a nice apartment, he's talking with us, that's when they both want to come. That's when they see something, they see a vibe and they want to catch the vibe, because there's no vibes in Costa Rica.
None.
And I don't even know why he even stayed there to begin with, because we've been told him.
Now that right there is such a West Indian thing. I haven't heard a vibe in ages. I used to have a brethren used to talk exactly like this about catching a vibe and catching a vibe there and catching a vibe there. And I used to just look at him because I know what he means, but you can't just because I don't know how to come with this one. Okay, it feels good, obviously, because you're there for a little while. You're not living there like 365 days in a year, or is it more? I don't know. Right? For you to see the realness of what's going on in Uganda, you actually came as a kind of a tourist in a kind of a way. You can say you kind of like came enjoying yourself, the music, all that. Yes, the vibe. I should imagine it's nice. I've been around Ugandan people. Ugandan people is definitely friendly people, unless you step on their foot the wrong way. Then they will show you exactly who they are. So you lot are seeing the nicer side of Uganda because like you lot are like visitors. Obviously, they're hosting you, probably, showing you around, and they probably did all that. Telling you where to go, which places to go, and all that stuff. But like, if you're there, living there, like proper living there, that's a whole different thing. Uganda, I would say, probably have a little bit of poverty. I don't know, I can't remember. But from what I gathered from talking to Ugandan people, they're happy. Yes, they are happy people. Like, they have the smallest muscle. They make it more than what it is. Like, they're like, I would say the Caribbean. They're basically like the Caribbean. When like any little muscle they make nothing out of something. make nothing out of something. They're kind of like that. Uganda have lots of resources as well. You know, the shea butter. I can't remember what else. Coffee and something else. So if these women was clever, they would have tried to find some kind of income that they could have generated so that they can take back to America. Because when you get stuff from Uganda, like i.e. the shea butter, the coffee, because I've had Uganda coffee, it's really nice. You can make something out of it because all you're doing is packaging the stuff and turning it into something else. So, you know, yeah, it's good getting to know the locals. Plus, you have to be able, from what I gathered, you have to be able to, because somebody I also know is helping children go to school. So you have to be involved by helping them go to school, by helping them get pencils, pens, whatever. Even if you have to tap into the people in the West, you get them clothes, you get them pencils, you ship it over, or however you get it over there. You make sure the barrel's safe. You go over there, you say, well, make sure the barrel's safe, all sorts of things from what I've seen from others, basically, I'm just saying. And I think they're just hosting them. They're just being nice to them because they don't know them properly. Because whoever's pregnant for one of the Ugandans, obviously, right, he talks for her and, you know, gets around certain places. She's able to see the wider community of Uganda. She's able to see both sides of the coin. She's not just in a touristy area. She's not in a hotel. So I get that part. But when you say a vibe now, like, you're selling it good and everything, but you have to talk about the pros and cons. It's the same with Gambia. You talk about the pros and cons of Gambia, the good and the bad. You can't just talk about the good stuff. You have to talk about the bad stuff too. So anybody who's thinking of going over there, they have to talk about the cost. Talk about everything. And like anywhere where we are, we have to pay for lights, electric. I think they must pay for water. I'm going to ask my Ugandan friend if they pay for water and other stuff, because you got to live in that environment, right? You got to live in that environment, i.e. maybe like you might have to go look for land at one point. It's a very green place. You have to actually be helping the people out, not just feeding off the people. That's my understanding of Africa. Like if I was to go there to see for myself, I would have to carry stuff for the children that's there, the youths that can't go to school, the youths that gets up early in the morning, have to sweep the yard, have to cook for their mum if their mum's got a illness or something. There is some I'm sure there is children that go to school there that you can help as you're coming from the West. Oh, I was talking all the time and the mic wasn't on. Did you hear what I just said? Ugh. I was just saying that the vibe, what they're talking about is very, they talk about a vibe, the vibe. But are they doing for the children that's there? Are they doing for the families that's there? Are they doing, being that they come from the West? It's all well and good you're begging, hand in basket, hand stretch out, rubbing belly. She looks very possessed. The life is sucked out of her. Why does she look so? Oh, JY. The reason why she looks like that, because I don't know if you followed her for a while. There's this diet what they're on, right? And they don't really eat a lot, so they lose a lot of weight. They lose a lot of weight on their bodies, on their arms, the necks, and certain places. But Marshawn don't look like her. Marshawn actually looks quite healthy. you know, because they're following the solar diet, that, you know, the eat clean, the vegan diet. The vegan diet. But I know vegans who don't look like that. Vegans can actually look very well. Their hair look well, their eyes look well, their skin glow. So, like I said, these people are not a very good representations of certain stuff. So when you see them, especially if you know that they are from the, tribes, different tribes, because even Source, his locks, okay, I like men with locks, but not wick locks. Wick locks are ugly. I personally think wick locks are ugly. Now, he can make them locks look so much better now. Like, the wick locks he's got on his head doesn't look nice. He looks so dirty looking. So I can understand why the Puerto Ricans probably, or whoever, was looking at them sideways. But my question to this lady is, you're in Uganda, you're from the West, you're begging money. You can even give the people not even the people, the children, because, you know, the children goes through a lot in these countries. Like, help with the school, help with the school clothes, because they've got to pay for their school clothes, just like everywhere else, which costs a lot more than when it's in the West, right? She could at least do that. She's here with her begging bowl, asking for herself, but what about asking for the people where you at, like the land where you in? And when she do put out another live, I'm going to try and catch it, to be honest, because it's kind of hypocritical what she's doing, because fair enough, right, you have to try and get back to Texas or wherever, right? I get all that. You have to get back to there. You have to ask people to help you so that you don't get stranded in Uganda, but you're not. But it's like a whole free flow going on in her voice. I can hear the free flowness in her. But anyways.
That is no vibes there. So it wasn't like we left him. He left himself. He could have came.
Right.
So he went through all of that, spending, you bought a moto, you're in the house for no reason. No reason at all. You see us, you want to come to us and complain about structure and order.
Yeah. So when they came to us in Uganda, you know, he starts to complain about the structure and order, and you guys are not doing the same thing you used to do. He's basically saying about, you know,
he's basically saying like routine, like being more routine. First of all, I'm not a robot. So I'm gonna get that straight. I'm not a robot. I'm living my best life. I'm doing whatever I want to do because I'm free. I'm already in Africa. What's the point of bringing this schedule shit when we're in a free country? Like, I don't have time for none of that. If he want, do it with your life. But the thing about it is he wants to control the whole atmosphere, make sure everybody's doing everything that he's doing, just so he can say, oh, it's peaceful now. Everything is organized and everything.
So I've seen Adam. No, she's not. She's not seeing Adam.
No, I'm in Uganda. We're in 2 different countries. And he's with Olivia. Did you talk about Olivia?
Yeah, so he's
with Olivia. First of all, on the live, I don't know if y'all saw that, but
it sounds like a whole soap opera. Like, man, you go to a whole country and you have a whole soap opera going on. Like you're talking that you're living free. You're living free. I know for a fact I'm from the tribe of light, but I'm in America. Okay, PMF. What's going on with the what's going on? She explained that how, right, there's no she's having problems with the money there, right? Is she right? Does she not see that how she can make money from the shea butter and the coffee that's there? I mean, fair enough, right? She's stuck there, right? I get it. She's stranded or whatever, but you can't come on here and be like, you know, if you're begging for the locals, that's different. Begging for the locals, and obviously, right, at one point, right, you get a bit where you can make for yourself, where you can go off to America and come back. Oh, yeah. Can you answer that? I don't even know whether I said the question right. PMF. Do you not think that she should she should make some kind of connection to someone who makes shea butter and coffee while she's there? Because Uganda is all about the coffee and the shea butter and all that. I know someone who's been to Uganda. She is the one who looks desperate and confused. But the sad thing is right. The tribe of Light had property before. They had property. So are they waiting for another group to come down to Uganda so they can get property again? Can you answer my question, PMF, if you can? I'm gonna let it play because people, right, we already got an impression of certain ones already. Now, if we can straighten certain stuff out, that's fine. Then people can understand what's going on. So then we won't be looking at her one eye open, one eye closed, like side eyeing her. Even though she did explain it, but it's the way it's this. I can't even put into words right now. You know, there's money to be made from countries like Uganda. She can even help the people in Uganda. She can help them, right? And I'm gonna go look at to see who the people who's hosting her as well, because you got to give something too. I mean, it's nice asking America for money. It's nice. Yeah. But you might have to share it to the other, the country where you at. Yes, it's hard. It's gonna be hard on certain things. I get that because you're in a different country, you're in a whole different genre. I don't know whether they're still there, but I'm gonna let it play. And if they want to answer, they can answer as we go along. If they want to put things straight, put things straight. If I'm saying something wrong, just tell me I'm saying it wrong. That I'm looking at it. I'm trying not to be. I'm not trying not to make assumptions. I'm just saying from what I know of people going to other countries, or people going to other countries, people going to Africa and coming back. They come back and they create businesses in the West. I don't know. I feel like I got to watch her a little more, JY, because like I need to understand the situation a little more, because it's mad crazy. Because like the tribes live off cash apps or cash apps and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's just that you're in a different country and you was all right in Puerto Rico. You bought a whole space in Puerto Rico. You was able to live in Puerto Rico pretty good. So even though it is still part of America, Puerto Rico is still part of America. So that's squashed that part there. But you're in but you're in the continent. You're in the continent now. So like man, anyway, let her.
Olivia was talking about rubbing her hand down his chest. Oh, she want him to rub her hand down his chest, and she's Olivia.
So basically, a whole heap of drama must have happened between people, characters, this, that, male, females, love. You know how it goes, male and female love, all that. So we're going to be listening to all of the drama that happened. You know, and I hope the person answers as well as it goes along. If there was there, right, they can say. They can tell the facts. I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna moan at you. It's just right. It's just that a lot of the tribes, Carbon Nation, has given a lot of the tribes a bad name. Plus, like you lot was on the outskirts of carbonation. The difference is that you lot went and you lot set it up properly. That's what I'm looking at. But the lady's on here begging her IG. The lady's begging on IG, like, you know, so that she can go back to America and all that. But I'm thinking, but you got resources. You still kind of have resources because you got people there. You still got someone there who knows the way around Uganda. You possibly can become a market person. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm looking at it like a Western person. I'm looking at it the wrong way. So you can talk, you can say whatever. I ain't gonna block you anyway, because, like, you know, you're free to talk. PMF, you're free to talk. I ain't gonna block you at all. I won't let nobody else block you.
Olivia's flirting with Adam,
and that's on our tribe page.
My own cousin is flirting with Adam, and I'm just like, yo, the disrespect. And now she turned around, found her a king in TZ, left him, left us, her own family she came to Africa with. If it wasn't for us, she would not be in Africa. So she, as y'all saw, she was in Costa Rica with us. She left with us, yes, to Africa, and then turned around and said, I don't want no visitors on my land.
Or be Boston, you don't have to worry about that. We will be mastering all levels.
Are you mastering all levels?
No, because I'm saying get me a ticket back to get me a ticket back to Texas, and you'll see how well I will master that level. You will see how well.
Love on me.
You see, just get me a ticket. That's all y'all got to do.
See, and her saying that now, what is that saying, right? Probably, right, the journey, the first time they touched down there, it was all for the good, all for the good. But it's how she's saying it now. It's really like, you know, fair enough, right? I've heard of people getting stranded in Africa and asking their followers to help them, generally stuck over there, stranded. Or something happened with the government, and they got stuck over there, so they have to come out real quick. So they have to ask the followers for help. It's, you know, and then on top of that, now you're talking about drama. Oh, he put this one hand on her chest. So she could have just made a short live and just said, look, right, this is what's going on. I've been to the, what's he call it, the place, the ambassador's place, whatever. This is what's going on. I am stuck here. We don't need to know about the drama, who fell, who's doing who, and who's doing what. You just say simple. You just have to make it simple. You don't have to go into story. And I notice a lot of these tribes like drama. You don't need to do drama. If you are doing what you are doing, it's cool. Just do your thing. Do your eco thing. Vibes and Flow is doing the eco thing and doing what they're doing. It's like you don't even see them online begging or saying whatever. Even if there is something going on, I probably will never know. Hi Ghetto, hi Miss Jelly. I would not, like, we would never know. So, like, you know, I just opened up one of her stuff on her thing, and now I thought it was just going to be a straightforward asking for money or whatever, but now they're talking about drama.
Get me a ticket, and I'm gonna show you how we can master this money realm.
We are rebuilding our life, completely reconstructing everything. So if y'all want to support,
she is the heavyset lady. Yes, that's Olivia, the heavyset lady.
The heavy with the with her daughter. I don't even want to talk about the dirt
I tried to tell him the only disagreement we had with our cousin was her not caring for baby Ozioma,
let alone herself,
hygiene wise, and it's also on our tribe page.
Care.
We also have that on our tribe page. Nothing that we're saying here is new. You know, that's also
we already got it documented. Her and Rashawn got into an argument because
over the cleanliness too.
Olivia's leaving dirty shit and not caring
about. Thank you so much for the donation, BB Blossom. I'm gonna put in our Cash App.
Yeah, so like
no, not the Cash App. Guys, Ezekiel, for I don't have a Cash App. Like I don't have a Cash App. I don't have a bank account. I don't have none of that stuff because I've been on this journey for so long and I don't use any banks. I don't use any credit cards anymore. So they canceled all of my stuff. They did. So still waiting what happened about Michelle. Okay, we'll get there. We love you too, Ami. We're gonna get there about Michelle. I'm gonna get there soon.
So like I said,
I don't have any bank accounts. I don't have any. Hold on, I don't have any bank account, and so I don't have a Cash App. So I've been using Ezekiel's Cash App.
If y'all exactly.
Yeah.
JY, the reason why she looks like that because it's down to diet. It's what she's eating. She's a slim lady already. She is a slim lady. She's actually not a soulless person. I give her that. She is not a soulless person. She's quite a lively lady, really, right? Because she comes from the islands, so she's a very lively lady. So it's the diet. When she's finished talking, I will show people what you're talking about. Because in this picture, that was a quick one that I took, but in the other pictures, she's very small in size. She's tiny. She's mager. They call that mager. She's mager. She's not got a husband. She has a wife. Okay, this lady, the mum, Ezekiel's mum, has a wife, not a husband. So you know, they left. They have left. There's quite a few people have left their tribe. Like the person said that, like, he's in America. He was part of the tribe of Light. I think he said he was part of the tribe of Light, and he's now in America. So it's just that it took her so long to get to the part where, like, she got to explain what happened to her cards, what happened to her credit cards. She could have just all explained that. She didn't need to talk about the drama and the drama and the drama. My wife left me and this one left me. And you said, I'm stranded. My cards, because things can happen to your cards. So things can happen to your cards. You know, it happened to me and my daughter. Like, you go to the ATM, it chews it up or it takes it. Like, loads of things can happen. It can get stopped because maybe you're taking out large amounts of money or something like that. There's loads of reasons for this. Why can't she and her daughter work? If you don't work, how are you eating? Well, that's the thing, innit? That's what I'm saying. They have resources in Uganda. There's resources in Uganda. There's, like I said, shea butter and coffee and probably something else. I don't know, right? But I know for the shea butter and coffee, definitely. The coffee is really nice. She can even fix up some places there. She can even work with a Ugandan or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, right? I haven't been to them countries. I'm just saying. I'm speculating right now. That's what I'm saying to the person from the tribal Light to put their input, but she explained what happened to the cards. The cards must have got stopped. Large amounts of money, $500, $5,000 coming out, big amounts of money coming out in another country. They're thinking because it's from another country, maybe they stopped it. They could possibly do that. They probably think it's a scam. They stopped it. You know. So, right, though you got the Cash App, you have to link the Cash App to the card. So I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I'm speculating, but I know for a fact, well, for the Cash App, you need your own bank details unless you're using somebody else's bank details so that you can get the money. Like so, yeah. And sometimes the Cash App doesn't work. Sometimes it goes into error or something. It happens because it's a website. It's a whatever. It's generated by people on the other side of the screen. So that possibly can happen. Being a leech can't work well. Yeah, it can't work well. But this is the life they chose. This is the life they chose. They chose to be doing. Like I said, not all of them is doing it. Not all of whoever the tribes are doing it. I won't put this tribe under a cult. They were part of a cult at first because they wanted to be part of Nature Boy's cult, but they went off and they made their own cult, their own tribe, right? And they seemed like they was doing well because when the Velvet turned up at the house there where Ezekiel and his mum was, they was literally in a house. So I know that part is true. They was in a house. So I don't doubt that they didn't buy the house. I don't doubt it because they were living in the house and that. And they obviously traveled, whatever they did with the house, and then they traveled. I don't know. I'm just like trying to be, I ain't gonna say biased, but I'm trying to understand where they're coming from on this one. You know what I mean? Like, because I went to her live and she was talking about it, and I thought she was gonna save it, so I didn't stick around to hear the rest. But this one that she saved, she's explaining now that the cards are not working and stuff, which she should be saying to the followers, like, okay, my cards ain't working. I'm having problems. Can you help me? Fundi Feet always say, ask and it'll be given. Right, so they asking, yes, they're leeching, I suppose. Like, but she said that she's trying to get back to Texas so that she can work because somebody has work lined up for her. So that's fair enough. I get all that, but it's just the way you're doing it. Like, you talk about the drama and all that. First she spoke about who's not there and who's not there and who's not there and who's not there and who's not there. She probably haven't been on IG for a while because she was enjoying Uganda. And then afterwards now, right, she goes in about the drama that happened between folks, which is natural. Everyone's human. Somebody, I look man. This one, I look man. How is she going to advise a mom when her lights just got exactly? And that's probably why the woman rebuttal on her is understandable. Like, some people don't like to be told how to be a mother. I'm going to highlight that one. Some women don't like to be told or be given advice on how to be a mother. So some women take great offense to that when you start telling them what to do and what to do and what to do. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, if you're easing them in, that's different. Like, you have to ease a person in so they can understand or get what is going on, because then it just seems like you're just putting then you're being pushy. You're being pushy, basically.
And so we're using Ezekiel's Cash App for him to send us money. For him to send us money.
The delay.
And it literally took us 4 days to get our money. And in the meantime, we're here hungry. No money. Thank God. Army also sent us money. I'm so grateful for Army. Right away.
We are grateful.
Army sent us money so that we can eat. So, and it took way too long for us to get our money. And they
delayed. So now it took them all day to try to find a bank, knowing that we have no money.
Right.
We're hungry. He does not care. He's not even thinking about his own family, his own sister and mother, let alone. So we had to wait just because of what happened before the situation. He's delaying the fact that we have to eat.
Right.
He just sent the money like 2 days ago, right?
The money just came yesterday.
No.
Yes, exactly. So it took too long for that money to come in. So I don't have a cash app. So if y'all can send it to Army, is I trust Army. Okay, Army is somebody that I trust. Army can help me with the cash app because I don't have a cash app. So if y'all can just cash app Army the money, and Army can actually Western Union, or Army can buy the ticket for us. For me, Army can buy the ticket for me once we get to the that amount. So Army, can you please type in your cash app if you have one? Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
See, I almost got us.
See there, JY, she looks well in her face. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna change the picture. I put up a temporary one and then I change it. So like she looks well. She looks well in this picture. So she might have been going through something at the time. Because you know when you go through something, your whole face takes it. Stress, you might not be eating something, you know, your face takes it, and she is an older woman. So, and I'm not making excuses for her, not at all. I'm not, but the picture doesn't do justice for her because that was a quick picture. I just put it up to let people know that I'm talking about Crown Minelin. So, um, yeah, um, but she could do better. I know she could do better. She could do better. And the fact that she carried on talking when the lights cut off, it makes it look bad and sussed. It looks very sussed. But like I said, the biggest thing that they did was getting to the continent, which is not easy. No, sorry, is if you have the money, you can reach the continent. All right, they reached the continent. That's the big thing there. They bought a house in Puerto Rico. They did more than actually Nature Boy did. Actually, I give them, I give them a hand of applause for that. They did a lot. They actually got land. They bought land. That's an achievement by itself. Buying land is to be able to build on it. She's lucky she was left the money that should have given her time to look for a job. But they're not in America, they're in Uganda. Oh damn, she said she had to pay rent. So in 2 months, more what the hell was she doing? Eating chips. But they're not in America. They're in Uganda. You see what I mean? So it's a whole different ball game. If they was in Puerto Rico, they probably would have been okay because they can maneuver, they can go all over. Like she was explaining the fact that the sun like structure. So he must have went to where they was and said that they have no structure. All right. So now he's in Tanzania now with Mashawn. But it sounds like a whole soap when I'm speaking about it, and I don't want it to turn into a whole soap. My whole thing of putting this particular one is the way she's asking for the money. It's the way she's doing it. She took so long to get to the point to where she was saying, well, this happened with my card, or this happened, and that's why I had to do this. She could have just explained that to her followers straight up, so they know what is what going on. So people like me who's reacting to this now will like be okay, fair enough. I get it, yeah, I get it. But apparently she's trying to get out of Uganda to come back to Texas to work. I would choose my immediate family and husband too. Yeah, exactly. Which is what the woman did. The woman did that. Did you go back to the replay? The woman, the woman who was paying for the land where they was, she upped and left. She I think even here she said, even in Uganda where they're at, she upped and left. She took back her money, her resources, and she placed it. She wants to deal with her family. That's what she wants to deal with. So it makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. So you know, but she could have explained. She didn't have to explain the in and out and everything. Okay, she could have just given us an overview and just leave it at that, and then just got straight to the point. I mean, like I mean, I can draw out a story just like the next one. Yeah, I'm sure I do it as well. Where you draw out a story before you get to the point. But she was asking for money so she can get back to Texas. Right? So whatever the amount is, so they had to take Ezekiel's cash app so that they can pay for the rent. And then they're going to them, it only just came wherever they put this live up, then they had to pay it the same day they got it. So according to them, Ezekiel left them hungry and not being able to eat and not like, hungry. They had no food, and that's why they're doing this right now, so that they can survive where they are. But they got but the woman's got a whole Ugandan boyfriend. So couldn't he help them? The Ugandan boyfriend. No way in hell would I feel comfortable long term living. Yeah, but some men live off females. There's men who do it. But this female, she is the chiefess of this tribe. You know what I mean? She's the head of the tribe. So that's why she's talking the way she's talking. And she said that the woman didn't want to be under a woman. She wanted to have a man ruling the tribe of light. From my gathering, what I'm hearing, what I gather from this whole live, right? Because she said a lot, mind you. She filled in all the gaps. So, like, even if we didn't even know, she filled in the gaps. What happened, who left, this one left. But anyway, they don't go on anyway. And when I thought PMF.
Yes.
So the news. Did you tell them the news?
Oh, Miss Shawn. Okay, Miss Shawn. All right.
The news about.
Well, how y'all get the money in a timely manner? Okay, wait. So with the money in a timely manner, Ami, what she's going to do as soon as she gets the cash app, she's going to just Western Union. And with Western Union, we get the money within, almost instantly. You can just, once we get the reference number, we can just get the money right away. Yeah. We can just pick it up right away.
So
there she go. So Ami. Our Ami did type in our cash app, guys. So grateful, Ami.
So happy. Okay, guys. About Mashawn. Y'all want to hear about Mashawn so bad. So go ahead.
So there was a physical altercation that happened in Bukoba, Tanzania, before we came back to Uganda. Yes. Because we left Uganda to go meet up with Olivia to let Olivia know of our situation. So when by the time she refused to see us, Akosha's husband said, "No, I'm going back to Uganda. I'm not going to go continue to Tanzania if they're not accepting us. Let's just go back." Us. So yeah, they rejected us basically. So he's like, "Let's go." He's going to go back. So
while we have the money that we have,
while we have the money still, let's with the rest that we have, and we'll have to figure something out. So Ezekiel, this guy, Ezekiel.
That's the same thing I said. I just said the wrong name. Yes, she could have gone to the US Embassy in Africa. Why is she asking others to pay her way? She's ridiculous. Most likely she either has a criminal record or just trying to pimp. I don't think she's trying to pimp. I heard a few things though, but I don't know. I heard a few things, but I'll talk to the one who spoke about it before, because yes, I said she could have gone to the US Embassy. She could have gone to the US Embassy, and she could have gotten the help and the paperwork and whatever, and she could have gone through the procedures. She could have even filmed that she's going through the procedures. That way the followers know that what she's saying is truth, because right now it sounds like she's telling a story, which she probably is not telling story. So I'm trying to come at this two ways here. She probably is not telling story, but it sounds like she's telling story. And yeah, it just sounds like she's telling story. And because she keeps saying, "Oh, Uganda's got a vibe. Uganda's got a vibe." I don't know. I'm gonna ask people: is there a vibe when you go to Africa? Because when people go to Africa, they go to rebuild Africa. They don't go to live and be comfortable and living like they're in America or wherever. They go to rebuild it. Right? The ones who leave and go to Gambia and go to certain places, they go to build it. They go to help to make schools. They look after the children. They deal with certain situations that are there. And when they come back to the West, they are able to tell people, okay, this and this is happening in Uganda. This and this is happening in Gambia. They show photo evidence to show that how this is happening in these places. So she could have gone to the US embassy. You're right.
So, and this guy Freddie that we met Freddie first when we first came to Africa. We was at the airport, and Freddie was at the airport, and he helped us get a hotel. He helped us like really tour Africa basically, and Freddie's been us ever since. So Freddie now.
Freddie, yeah, because we did not know about Africa. We don't know about how things are like here. It's very different. Certain things are different. And the people here, you don't really trust. You can't really trust everyone here. But he knows like people.
Hold up, wait a minute. You just contradicted yourself. You just said that how Africa has a good vibe. And like it's been good since you've been there. So your daughter's just come now and just contradicted your whole everything that you just said. Just said she just contradicted your whole what you said about the vibe and this vibe and that vibe. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to talk about Africa and certain places, you talk about the good and the bad. You talk about the good and the bad because people's watching you and they want to think, they're thinking of traveling to those places. You have to tell the good and the bad, regardless, whether or not like we want to hear it or not.
Here to help us do certain things.
Right. Like when we're traveling
and
we get pulled over.
Freddie's a cool guy. Let me say that
Swahili.
He's okay. It's just that we are on two different frequencies, right? We're on a spiritual journey and he's just here as a guide to help us.
Right.
And so we already experienced what we needed to experience with Freddie. So what happened? We decided to go to Uganda with Olivia at the time.
We all went. Freddie did not come. Freddie didn't come because Freddie said, you know, he has a family, and Freddie actually took us over. Like we took Freddie, we took his wife, and we took his kids with us along the journey throughout Tanzania. So Freddie was being, you know, like we paid for all his hotel, we paid for his food, like
everyone was eating.
Everybody we fed.
So meantime, the money is being spent. Realistically, we have to take care of a whole tribe, or Ida's,
and Olivia.
They both were.
Well, Olivia's the main. Like I told them, Olivia's the main source of income.
Yeah, she was the main,
and she's taking care of everybody. The hotel rooms, all the rooms. We would get like 5 rooms at one point, 4 or 5 rooms at a time. We'll get, and all that is paid for. When we go out to eat, everything is paid for. When Freddie's wife have to cook, all of that is covered. So this is what I'm saying, like, you know, so she was the main source of income, and this is how everyone is eating. Everyone is eating because of Olivia.
Yeah. Yes. And we didn't beg her for money. We didn't do nothing. She actually came and offered us help and support to the tribe. It's not like we just put our hand on like this. Please give us your money. No. She has been willing to help us freely within her heart. So this is not coming from no type of begging anyone to do anything for us.
And this is just coming from us pushing out knowledge. This is us coming. This is coming from us just literally showing knowledge,
because we helped her when she was in a very low space. We helped her spiritually. She said when we came around her, it's like we raised her vibration. She became more happy. She, saw a little bit of light in her life because of everything that was happening in her life. So it wasn't like it's like an equal exchange of energy, basically. So okay, skip forward, let's go. We're in Uganda.
Yeah.
Freddie, I broken up with I have broken up with Adam.
I told him.
Lights back on. Oh, I could have left the candle on. So me and him already broke up. Shortly after, I met Pumbaa. He's my husband right now, and we are together. He is everything. Like, I can't even put it into words, but he's like everything to me. I love him so much.
I didn't finish about Michonne. Okay, we're getting to Michonne.
We about to get to Michonne.
This is actually leading into
so he's the reason why he's been helping us along the journey. Yeah. He's been helping us along the journey this whole time. He's been real. He's been himself. And basically, like, that's the whole reason why, because people did not like him for some reason.
We will save the life, promise you.
Like, because they're seeing a pure energy, pure love, genuine, real. So everyone is not liking it. They're hating on us. They're not liking the pure energy, the pure essence of love. I don't know. He didn't do nothing to anybody, but for some reason, like my husband, this is his mother-in-law, right? So he is very like kind towards her, very caring towards her. And Michonne did not like that because they're partners, but my husband, he shows love to everyone in the family. So like when you fell off the bike and you had she had like a very bad bruise on her leg, he was the one to lift her up, carry her in the tent. At the time we were at this campsite. He was very, very caring. Like he makes sure that we're all good. And Michonne feels like she's being left out when truly he's not leaving her out, but it's just a different relationship between them two because that's her son-in-law and that's his mother-in-law. So it's just like that.
And say everything. You're just going into we gotta get to when we get to the fight. The fight that
I'm saying by Michonne.
Why Michonne's not here?
So basically when Olivia left at the campsite, we were all there because of her husband. Like he's from Tanzania. We were in Uganda at the time. Olivia's husband he has a wife, he has kids, so he had to go back. And they said, we're leaving tomorrow.
We're at the campsite, yes.
They're at the campsite. We had to wait. Actually, we were all planning on going, but we had to wait for my husband to get his passport. But they couldn't wait, I guess. So they wanted to go right away. They said, we're going tomorrow. So we were like, okay, how about we all go? And then my husband meets us there. And Olivia's husband is saying, no, I'm sure he'll get it. So we're like,
y'all
okay,
can just wait for him.
Y'all can just wait for him.
I'm gonna wait because I think it was best that we don't just leave him here, by himself. We're still a tribe. We're all family.
Yes, we don't want to separate, but they already separated themselves.
And they didn't have faith to see. They didn't have faith to wait.
Yeah, they also believe that he's not going to get his passport or anything, and we're just like, what? Tomorrow? We literally went to the agency for him to get the passport, but they're just already judging him. So they left, and we're like, we might as well just stay here.
And then we said, okay, and they left with the idea of, okay, once he get his passport, we guys going to meet right back up in Tanzania. We'll meet back up at the land, and we'll just build from there. When he gets his passport, you guys can come back. He got his passport. Yes, it took 1 month, right? Yes, it did. It took 1 month for him to get his passport, but he did get his passport because it was a major delay. He was supposed to get his passport within 3 days, but it was a major delay with the Ugandan system, but he got it in 1 month. So you got the passport. He texts Olivia's husband Kunta, "Hey, I got my passport. When should we come to Tanzania? When should we come?" No response.
No response. We try to call them. They're ignoring us intentionally. I don't know why.
They're reading the messages. I don't know why. No response. And then finally, when they did respond, they said, our hands are full, and we will let you guys know when we'll be having visitors. As in, we're not family.
Basically saying they calling us visitors. Olivia's my blood cousin, mind you, is her blood cousin. So to say that is like, what did we even do to even like make her feel some type of ways to where we can't even live on the same land as a family? And they were so quick to leave, left us at the campsite. We're thinking that we're gonna meet up with them once he get his passport, but no, that was not the case.
Right, that was not the case.
That was not the case. Suddenly they switched up. And then that's when Adam went with them, followed them. And then it's only them on the land, and it's only me, Mashawn, I, and my husband Pumbaa. So I had to help us find an apartment ASAP. He found it within 1 day, guys. 1 day. He found us an apartment, and then
Adam has a wife at this.
Oh yeah, wait. No, he didn't leave yet. Adam had a wife at this point. We invited him
to the apartment because we're still thinking we're all family. So when Pumbaa found the apartment, everyone is invited. That guy.
Everyone is invited, but the thing with Adam, right? He likes to cause chaos and likes to start stuff for no reason. When nothing bad, I was not sending him no bad energy. The breakup was very peaceful for me. But he caused like a big old, like, try to call me out, saying I'm this and that in front of everybody. But me, I'm just like,
oh, Adam. I distinctly remember someone talking about Adam. Adam went out with this young lady when she was very young. Anybody who was watching Cola James's live about this situation, what they're talking about, Adam's name come up in a lot of mouths on YouTube. I realized that he wants to be the next Nature Boy at this point. That's why he's causing havoc wherever he goes. So that part I can concur with him. Now I know who exactly they're talking about. I just remembered who they're talking about. Yeah, he looks like the type who's got negative energy, but you should have just made it so that your daughter don't fall for one of the warriors, because from what I heard, she went out with Adam or something. I don't think she got pregnant by him. And then he left and went somewhere else because he's in Tanzania. I do remember someone talking about Adam. I'm going to go find him as well because they are making Americans look bad right now where they at. So if you lot are fighting and all that, fair enough, characters, stuff, like I said, man, woman story gonna come into it. That's natural. But yeah, like, you know, you're saying he was doing negative actions and stuff like that, but you should have seen that before. But you let your daughter go out with him. I'm definitely not going to try and make the video long and exhausting. I just want people to hear this completely, because on the IG, like, people feel sympathetic for them, right? But there is a whole lot like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and they will talk about it on the IG. So they'll put everything on Front Street, which is a shame, because like they could have made it something. Sometimes you're not supposed, you don't have to, I'm having a deja vu moment, sorry. Sometimes you don't have to put everything on Front Street. You don't have to do that. You could have just shown that you are economically building, or whatever the case may be. When people go there, they will see that obviously, right, you're going to have your little issues amongst yourselves, but you shouldn't have to put it on Front Street. It just doesn't make sense. And I read the comments that was left on the video. One person said they was confused by the situation. I feel that I am confused by the situation. I understand what's going on, but like we have said, both me and JY said, you should have gone to the US Embassy. Instead, you're on here talking about issues which doesn't concern people. You're making your thing into a drama thing. It's either you're going to Uganda to build or not. What are you going there to do? Or it looks like your daughter found love there. So, like, especially if she's pregnant for someone there, the child most probably will have to grow up there, or whatever the case may be. Because even if you bring right, hopefully you have the child in the Americas. But when you have the child in the Americas, it's a whole nother ball game, because the father won't be able to come over as freely. So you sort of put yourself in a predicament right now.
Okay, he's like, oh, your relationship is not gonna last. This and that and third. And to be honest, like, we have good hearts, so we're willing to help you even if we're not together, because it's not about the relationship, it's about the family, the tribe. There's reasons why I broke up, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to expose nobody. But we had to, just know that it was done. But he had another wife at the time.
Right after he also got another wife. So now they're both in relationships.
So they're together at the campsite, but at another. But he was still holding something against
Pumbaa.
And him too.
So it was tension at the camp.
It was tension every day. He would like try to say something to like intentionally trigger us, but and him. So we just had to ignore him, just like leave him alone, because he was not happy about it at all. Right. But my husband was still nice enough to say, you can come at the apartment with us, you know. But so we left first. It was Mashan, me, my husband. Mashan, I'm getting to Mashan. So Mashan was like indecisive even about coming with us to the apartment. She wanted to go to TZ, but I don't know. Her mind
she finally made her mind up.
Her mind be like,
okay, but she finally made her mind up, and she decided to stay, and we all went to the apartment. The next day, Adam came to the apartment. We said, Adam, come to the apartment. You your wife, you have a room saved. We already have a room.
We already
have a room for them, and they came, but he came.
He came the next day.
Right.
We were cooking. It was me, I, and Mashan cooking, vibing. The vibes were high.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm seeing them two walk in the house. I'm gonna tell the rest of the story.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. So Adam came in, and Adam came in the apartment. He dabbed everybody. Hey, then he was like, I'm not staying here. Just let you guys know, I'm going back to Tanzania. I'm not staying here. And you don't trust Pumbaa, and he's gonna steal your passports and all this
and all our money.
He's gonna steal our money. You guys are, you know me, and he just was negative. So we said, okay, she was like, if you're gonna be so negative and come yelling in our face, leave.
I said, get out.
But he first said he's not staying here, and this is up in some mountains. He's like, y'all up in the mountains.
He's like, it's so hard to get up here complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Just
so then
complaining.
he left, and then he also said some stuff to Pumbaa. I'm talking about, I'm God, you remember me.
You like, I'm God, you remember me, with the same face.
So yeah,
my husband tried his hardest
to not slap. So no fight happened.
No fight happened.
Adam lied, went
But,
back to Livia and lied and said how we kicked him out to the apartment
Yes.
when he first said he's not staying there, and came and literally told us a bunch of negative shit and left.
He
So
said
he went
a
to
whole
Livia that
bunch,
stuff.
like Cayman's like a crazy person.
Mhm.
We had to like push our energy out.
Yes, that energy had to go. It really did.
Yeah,
so
it was.
left,
he just showed
and
himself.
that was it. And then he went back to the camp, and then eventually he's back in Tanzania with Olivia.
Mind you, Olivia's taking care of this man, Adam. Guys, she's taking care of him. He has to worry about nothing. He's not working. He's doing nothing but making videos, but living his own life. My own cousin chose to take care of him over her.
Basically, he's another nature boy. Basically, in a nutshell. Don't need to say no more on that.
Own family.
Yes, so basically,
Or to help.
Adam is our favorite person. If y'all look at the
So,
other videos in our tribe page,
yes.
she's a big Adam supporter.
Yeah,
Big supporter of
obsessed,
Adam.
actually. Let's talk
Yes.
about obsession.
Okay, let's not go into another topic.
Okay.
But
Let's talk about Michonne, but it's not really
so
much.
So Freddie came because Freddie had to pick up Ezekiel from the airport in Tanzania. We're in Uganda. Ezekiel has to come from Tanzania to Uganda, right? So Freddie, now I told Freddie, hey, my son is coming. Can you pick him up? And he said, I'll be there, and he's gonna pick Ezekiel up from the airport. So Freddie, the guy that we first met when we first came to Africa, we still in contact with him because I also invested to buy land with Freddie.
Yeah.
So not with Freddie, for Freddie and his family. So we're still in contact. So Freddie now had to pick Ezekiel and his wife up from the airport to bring them to Uganda,
escort them to Uganda.
Escort them to Uganda to us. So Freddie did that. And when Freddie came, Freddie looking at the apartment and he's like, nice, this is nice, this is nice. Look at you guys. Me and this time it's just me and Michonne in the apartment because you guys had to go get something from the store. So it's just me and Michonne when Freddie came.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Yeah, Freddie came the next day. But anyway, he came, Ezekiel and they're here, everybody's vibing, everybody's happy.
The first night he said
he did play Ezekiel
the first night.
People played chess the first
but I'm saying Freddie, the first night, first of all, he came and said,
No, I was getting to that.
Oh.
So Freddie now, so the second night now, second day, Freddie came back and it's just me and Michonne's apartment. So Freddie was like, nice apartment. How much is this? So we told him the price, how much we're paying every month. And he's like, that's pretty good. Then he says, guys, you this place, he said, this place is fake. This place, no. He said, you don't look happy, Michonne. You don't look happy, Onika. You don't look happy. I don't like this. You guys, something is happening. And he's like, something is wrong. You guys have to leave Uganda. He literally came and told me and Michonne and that something is not right and we have to leave Uganda. So now he's like making it seem like it was so spiritual and it was so important that we have to go right away.
And then Michonne
got scared. I got a little bit scared because I'm like, this is Africa, when they say some shit like that, maybe I gotta take it seriously, So I'm like, okay, he's like, yeah. So he was like, he said that we need to make it right with Olivia. He was like, get to Olivia. You guys need to unite again. You guys need to come back together as a family again. So you guys gotta go. And he was telling us like making this urgent. Unite back with your family. Come back together. This is not you guys.
Mind you, at the time, I did not know.
So there said. Yeah, she doesn't know this. It's just this is being spoken to me and Michonne. He was like, it's very important for you guys to
I did not know this was being
and we're like, what's like
pure mix up, more mix up, more massa passa, mix up. Just listen to them talking. They remind me of those women who sit in the coffee thingy and chat shit about people, but they say what people say and they don't say what they did, or they give half a loaf of the story. So you know what? I'm gonna try find out the information. Maybe Mashar might have put it out on her page. What happened? Because it is confusing. The conversation is always confusing. It's confusing. It's confusing. I'm gonna let it play out because I want to see the comments tomorrow. What are people's gonna say? Because my thing is, why would you come on IG? Right, she came on IG to talk about her being stranded in Africa and she needs to go back to Texas. But now she's saying, oh yeah, but our flat's nice, our apartment's nice, and this is nice, and but this person is doing this. Like I said, you didn't put in for in case. You have to do an in case. When you're in places and you got to be around work with other people, you have to put an in case that goes wrong, in case this goes wrong, in case people catch up, in case of this, because you never know. Now you're whatever, not able to come out, or whatever the case may be. You got problems with your bank and all sorts of craziness going on. It just sounds like something out of I was gonna say Love and Hip Hop, but everybody's used that, Love and Flip Flop. It's just crazy. It's like you just came on and you just told on people who can't even say, well, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. You are doing pasa. This is called pasa. And she from the island should know better too, because when you're talking about this one and that one, obviously it's going to come back and slap you in your head, isn't it? Right? She's doing pasa. But I'm gonna let them continue on to the end, because this live was long. Because then she came to ask for money so she can go back to Texas. She goes to a whole explanation. Some things people do not need to know. You are worse than my jazzy life. You tell a whole too much. Some things need to be kept behind closed doors. So not everything, the left hand don't need to know what the right hand's doing. They're terrible. And then they come on, and then like you said, like both of you said, like, yes, it is a form of leeching. It is. You are leeching, but then you're telling a whole drama around it. So you're trying to keep people's interest in what you're saying by telling the drama. I know exactly who Adam is. I know exactly who he is. I can see his face in my head right now. I know exactly who he is. And that was the cousin, she said. Okay, so now I know he's your cousin or whatever he is. I'm going to see what I can see, because like it's best to hit from both sides parties. Both parties need to say their bit. And like you're just saying one side of the story. You and your daughter saying one side of the story. He must probably have his side of the story. And I ain't vouching for them neither, because really, right, you don't put yourself in predicaments. Like, you should know better. You traveled. Once you travel to Puerto Rico and all these beautiful places which you lot talk about and brag about, like, you lot should walk differently. If anything, you're not supposed to carry the same energy you have from the beast into the continent, and you lot are carrying the same stuff that you have in the beast to the continent, because you're still going like typical Americans, as they say. Well, even what is a typical American? Because I've seen Americans who go to Africa and they merge with the people. I mean, like the good thing, like I said, you've done one good thing. You merge with the locals, but it also helped the locals. You go to build, not to leech off of the people. Talk about, oh, this, that. But you need to show this on your IG. You need to show the pretty flat where you at, the nice place where you at. So otherwise you're just talking.
What's going on? What do you mean? He was like, yeah, some kind of force. I don't know what's happening, but he was like, I can feel it. And he was like, you guys need to come to Tanzania. He'll take us to his uncle, and the uncle is going to wash away whatever it is that he saw on us, right?
Y'all know
so
how Africans be.
yeah. So he
Y'all
made
know
it
how
very
Africans
convincing.
be.
he made it very convincing. So we're like, shit, okay, maybe we do need to reconcile with Olivia and, try to figure out what's happening with Olivia and come back together. And, maybe I don't know. So let's listen to Freddie. Took all of our money took all of the rest of the money. He was
saying, right, tell him what he was saying, directing to my husband.
Yeah.
He did not know we were in a relationship at the time. He just came fresh, new. He's just talking, saying, oh, he has bad energy. He has demons.
Mm-hmm. So when he said demons, he said he said that something about what
him about like practicing he's practicing the wrong things and
he said
he's misleading y'all and he doesn't know what he's doing and then we're just like, what is going on?
Yeah, so, this is his own African brother, by the way.
And he's like, you're a kid, and he was
bad about him. Like he treats us because we're Americans, and Freddie treats us like we're literally guys. Like he'll do anything for us. We say, Freddie, I'm hungry at 2 a.m. Freddie will go find us some food.
No complaint. Because he also says that fellow Africans don't get along with other fellow Africans. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like,
so we saw how he treated Pumbaa.
Hi, Marie. These people is telling nice story, you heard what she said. They asked the man, like, if they're hungry or something, he'll go get whatever they need. So if you I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say on that one, but so you was able to eat whenever, because he would help you to eat, the man, Freddie, whoever this Freddie is, I don't know. Freddie, who's ever husband, boyfriend, baby father, whatever.
The first time he met him, this is the very first time he met Pumbaa, and he's already judging his own African brother. Like he's already judging him. And saying,
what's a TZ? We know, about the spells,
the spiritual stuff, spiritual things, the rituals, and
we know how to do the right rituals, and you guys know nothing. Like, what is that? That's garbage. Like basically down talking him, right? And so he's saying all of this, right? And Ezekiel is actually believing this man, Freddie. He does not know Freddie like how we know him. Mm-hmm. He's not been on the journey. He just came literally to Uganda. Him and his wife is listening like, kind of like believing what Freddie's saying. Because
playing with y'all.
Yes, he finessed us big time. Mm-hmm. He put so much fear. Yeah. Ezekiel, like all of a sudden is acting different. They're acting different. I can feel it. Ever since he said that, like that whole energy just changed. And so even Mashan was like,
yeah, she was also scared about that. She was like, scared. We should listen and we should, go. And
she was like, we gotta come.
They were scared of the juju. They were scared of the juju. They were scared of the juju. But they were skeptical at the same time, but yet still they're into the spiritual people. But you didn't do research on the person or ask around or ask people who might know him, like, that's what you do. They always say you ask for a recommended spiritualist on certain stuff. You don't go directly to certain places unless you know the ins and outs of certain things, because the person can finesse you. You lot are really free flowing with people. I mean, I do it sometimes, but now I'm a bit more. You can't free flow with people when you're in foreign. You're in foreign. You're not like you're in America or wherever he said it. You should have done your research. Ask 3rd, 4th, 5th, 5, 6 people if you have to. I do it all the time. So yeah, maybe you might have to do that because You put your trust in this person who finessed you and took your money.
We use buses, so we didn't fly. We used buses, but it was still expensive. So we use up all our money, get the hotel, and we only have money probably for the next 3 days. So we're like, okay, we told Olivia what's happening. Olivia does not want to see us.
But she's there with the land with Adam.
Yeah,
doesn't want to
they're
see
on
her
land.
blood cousin.
And they decided that they don't want to see us. So basically, they rejected
Yeah.
all of us that came together.
I don't know.
To talk to her. And I spoke to her on the phone. I called her and I called her husband. I called her husband first, and I was like, please, this is my cousin. I'm the reason why she's in Africa. Why is she doing this? And I was like, you as her husband, why, can you talk to her? Like, I need to see her face to face.
So she can say that.
She could say this to my face, that she doesn't want to see me, and if anything, let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
She does not. So when he called, when I told him this, she was able to get the phone to her later on in the day.
So
he got the phone to her, and Olivia told me on the phone that she doesn't have any mental space, no kind of, and I said, but Olivia, this is an emergency. Like, we really need to see you. We need to know. I need to know what's going on. It's an emergency. She said, I don't have no time for no emergencies right now. I don't have any mental, nothing for no emergencies. I don't even care what it is, she says, at this point. So now after that, that's when shit just went like, whew, like, what are we going to do now? With 7 of us, we don't have any income coming in. How are we going to get to where we need to get to? Because I invested with Freddie land in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So our plan was for all of us to get to that land, because what happened is that Freddie used up all the money and the house is not complete. So he got the money. I invested $1,600, right? And he got the land and he got the house. He got the land and he's building on the land, but the house is not complete. It's a small house, but he didn't complete. So basically, Freddie ran out of money. And this is why he was telling us that we need to go back to Tanzania, because he needed more money to finish his house. He doesn't have a job. Freddie does not have, they're basically poor. So he doesn't have the money to finish the house on the land. So when he came up with the idea of all of this stuff, and we're like,
that was his agenda, basically. His agenda
so he convinced us to meet up with Olivia, right? So he knows Olivia.
His agenda was, because he knows Olivia has the money, right? So his agenda was to take us away from Uganda, bring us all the way to TZ,
right?
To get more money for him, so he can finish building his house for his family and whatnot.
Right.
But it was like he was forcing it.
His plan didn't work out.
His plan didn't work out. He was continuing to try to force it. Say, you guys were together. What happened? Now he's like looking at my husband like, oh, is he the reason?
Oh, where's Olivia getting all this money from? So Olivia's a hairdresser, guys. Olivia's a hairdresser in Brooklyn, New York, and she had her own salon, Glamour Queen Hair, over 30,000 followers on IG, and she's like basically famous in
Brooklyn. She was a hairstylist.
Goddess Locks. Yeah. And I did also
Lord have mercy. You don't watch all that too, how much followers she have, all this stuff. You're not saying, okay, she's right. Okay, you said the talented part. She's a talented hairstylist. Leave it at that. You don't need to go into detail. Oh, she has so much, how much. What the heck? Man. So I feel that's what you lot be looking at on your IG. I mean, fair enough, right? We all do have followers in one way or the other. But it's like, you are looking at the wrong things when you're over there. You have a problem with the house. The house halfway built in Tanzania. You should have. What normal people do? They come back to the Americas. They come back to wherever. They make their little change. You said you was an electrician. They make the little change, and they do until they get the place built up. All right, you do till you get the place built up, okay? And then After that, right, that's one part done. That's a house sorted in Africa. You have somewhere to go. Then you think about the next stage now, or whatever you're gonna do. Are you gonna create a business? Will you be doing locks in Africa? Because Africans locks up now. Before they wasn't in it, all that, but they do it now. So you could actually become an electrician over there, make money instead of asking for cash up on IG. There you go. I just helped you right there. That's a business right there. Or you join a hair salon, even though like most Ugandans are very funny with foreigners. But I'm sure if you are friendly enough or you are a certain way, they will let you do your electrician stuff. You can make money. You don't even have to come on here to ask for a cash up. You know, you don't have to come on here and ask for cash up.
Goddess Locks, we also started a company together in Brooklyn years ago. And so we really are like a team, me and Olivia, because we did business together for over a year. So the Goddess Locks is something that we did together, and we perfected our craft, and we were one of the popular ones in Brooklyn that did it. So with Goddess Locks, you make a lot of money for one client. You $500, they pay you $500 in New York for one client. So we're doing this sometimes busting out 2-3 a day like it's nothing. So we're making a lot of money together. So here, business wise, when it comes to here, especially in New York, money is nothing for hairdressers.
So that's how she got all the money.
You can make a lot. So even me, that's what I did too. So that's how I made my living in
Let's skip forward to the story.
Okay. Yes.
Back on track. So
when she said no,
meeting.
So when she said no, we all had to like regroup, like get a meeting, and we got to talk about what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, what we're gonna do next.
So I'm over here now. I'm calling family. I'm calling friends. I'm calling like working, putting the work to let them know what happened, so they can donate to us, so we can actually stay at the hotel for a few days and we can actually eat, because right now the money is we're done. The 2 days is over. There's no more money. And so now my friends, family, people I'm just contacted behind the scenes, they're helping us at this point. So we had to do a meeting the next day because situation happened at the hotel we're staying at.
Told them you're like skipping over the details.
Cause too much details could take too long.
What happened? So Ezekiel blew up. This is how the whole thing happened. You want to tell the story?
I didn't want to get into that. I want to get into how we had to do a meeting, okay, family meeting, and
with who though? Which meeting? Because we had 2 meetings. The one where it was.
The meeting where the fight happened. There was a fight that happened, and we're
Ezekiel.
That's why we split up with Ezekiel.
Was saying like, something is happening with this energy. It was late at night. Well, he was talking with I was asleep at the time, so he's knocking on my door, trying to wake me up for a meeting.
This is right when this is a story where Miss Sean is gonna be. You're gonna know why Miss Sean is not here with us. The charger. Oh. Yeah. Hold on. So basically, within tribes, we actually do meetings, and we do family meetings, especially when the energy is tense, where we have tense energies, and we know that somebody probably don't like somebody within the tribe, or we just need to clear the air, basically. So we have a meeting, we clear in the air. So we had a meeting, and we said, okay, we're gonna clear the air because Freddie feels the kind of way about Pumbaa, and Freddie brought all this fear. And we need now we're stuck, and now we don't really how we gonna get this money so we can go to the land and complete this house and we can stay in the land.
So he's basically completely
with him, because at this point we have to do that because we don't have the money. So
are you talking about the meeting?
Yeah, the meeting.
So the meeting, before the meeting happened, I already felt this tense energy.
No, the other one to plug it in. The other one, the white one.
Extension.
No, the white one with the 3 prongs.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm telling people like, okay, so Claire, say how you feel about each other. Like if you don't like this person, because Freddie has been like saying like smart remarks to Pumbaa as in that man or that guy. Like he would just say these like in a disrespectful, like kind of like, you know, belittling him because he's younger than him and Freddie's older, and Freddie wants to like basically take charge, talking about that guy. So I was like, Freddie, so how do you really feel about Pumbaa
that day?
So then
you didn't even say what Mashawn said though. You skipped over the Mashawn thing.
You need
Should it
charge you?
So
what
what happened to Mashawn? Mashawn, she said at the meeting this is how she really felt. She's being attacked, and she wants to be able to learn on her own space. She wants to like study science and the ants and.
Okay, hold on. You know the story you're telling. I don't know.
But you didn't even talk about that though.
pull the chair?
So I just want to get to how the fight happened before you go into all this too much details right now. Oh yes, there you go. Thank you. So basically, everyone opened up about how they felt about each other. Like I said, the meeting was how, you know, let's talk about how we feel about each other and let's clear the air so we can, you know, take this journey without no kind of, you know, tense energy. So everyone expressed how they felt, right? So there's yelling, there's screaming, and, you know, a lot of energy now is being expressed within, you know, the meeting. And we're like, you're trying to calm it down, but it didn't get calm. So now Freddie and Pumbaa now is at it. And Pumbaa is expressing, hold on,
Freddie was saying that guy.
Yeah, I told him about that guy. He kept saying, he kept calling him that guy. So I was like, Freddie, if this is your fellow African brother, why do you address him as that guy or that man?
Yes.
Or I said, why don't you call him by his name?
Address us like
he addresses us with our name. You don't address Pumbaa that way. So I'm just like, why do you address him like that? Like, tell him how you feel. So he told him how I felt. I told him that, you know, about how I felt. So Pumbaa said, yes, you told me how you felt about me, but you said I'm living an idiotic life. Tell me, how am I living an idiotic life? This is what Pumbaa is telling Freddie. Tell me, how do I do that? So Freddie is like, oh man, do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do.
He's like, do what you want to do.
Right, like, if you're a man. Yeah, he said if you're not, be a man.
Basically, he's telling him, do something.
Right. So he's basically taunting him for him to fight, basically like do what you want. So then now when Pumbaa actually said, okay, well, if this is what you want, this is what you're gonna get, right? So he then they started.
The story is complicated. Were you here at the beginning?
We don't know how long this person been in here. But anyways. So now Pumbaa was like, okay, so then I'm gonna show you that I can be a man. And you know, so Pumbaa he's angry, and then now a fight happens. So Pumbaa and what's his name, Freddie got into a whole fight. Yeah. So we are looking at the fight. We can, you know, we don't want to, you know, get into the middle of it because we're like, you know,
they have to squash whatever
the energy is. I need to squash it out, box it out, however. But they did. They actually
a physical altercation
happened. Altercation. And so then it happened.
And the thing is, right, for Freddie, he didn't even get a real ass whooping. My husband was holding him back.
Oh, geez.
Because
he didn't want to hurt him. Because
he didn't want to hurt him.
Pumbaa is a trained fighter. Like his hands are a weapon. His body's a weapon. So he's trained. So
he didn't want to do all the.
He didn't want to. No fight with Mashawn. So he didn't want to actually hurt him, but he did, you know, still fought him. They actually did fight. Punches were thrown,
right? Because Freddie was saying
Freddie got dropped a couple of times. Freddie headbutted him. It was a real like fight. So then now Freddie got upset after the fight.
Back.
Right, exactly. We don't. We see how the men fight. We let them do it because it's men. And I don't believe in men. I don't believe in parts of men. They should just fight out. So now Freddie, I'm thinking Freddie's a man. Yeah, okay, you can handle it. After the fight, Freddie got upset and called the cops.
Tore up. He didn't have a shirt.
Right. Freddie
he's mad with no shirt
because this young boy that he was saying is so young man showed him that he's not so young, he can handle it. But it still wasn't no real beat down. No bruises, no nothing. Freddie, one thing that's happened, Freddie, his shirt is ripped. Freddie got upset because he got embarrassed in front of us,
And then
and
when
Freddie
we were on the
called the
phone,
cops.
we thought that he was calling like some people to come and fight him, but no, that was not the case. Oh, sorry. We saw Freddie. We're like, oh, so I'm telling my husband, like, I think he's about to bring some people to come and fight you. But actually, this man is calling the police. We're like, what? Why are you calling the police? Like, we're like, don't call the police. Like, why are you doing that to your own African brother? He's black. Like, why? Like, so we're just like, he's actually calling the cops. So we're like, we have to leave this place because we don't want to stay here with the. We don't deal with the police.
Yeah, we don't do op. We don't do the ops.
We don't do the
and that's something that
even Ezekiel is saying,
even Ezekiel told Freddie, don't do that.
Don't do that, bro.
Don't call the cops. And
So,
Freddie still did. And Freddie
still
made
did,
sure
so-
they came. So now Pumbaa had to leave.
we have to leave ASAP. We
Pumbaa
didn't
had
waste
to
no
leave
time.
before the cops came, basically.
We had to escort ourselves out of TZ before the
All right.
police.
Which part you lost that hippie-ish?
You said a meeting and you skipped over.
I said the meeting, then the fight. So after the fight happened
With
we found out
Olivia.
that Freddie is up, and we don't want to be with that. Freddie's actually trying to get his own brother arrested just because of a fight that happened.
A fight broke out between my husband and him.
So
Freddie.
we decided we're gonna leave. Kosha said I'm leaving my husband. He's leaving back to Uganda, and I'm going with my daughter because she's pregnant at this point. Right? She is actually pregnant, and she has.
Yes, guys,
So
I am
I'm
pregnant.
I was not about to leave my pregnant daughter in Uganda, with her husband just by herself. No. So Ezekiel chose to stay with Freddie, and Michonne chose to stay.
Ezekiel.
One at a time. And Michonne chose to stay. So Ezekiel chose to stay with Freddie. Michonne chose to stay, and Ezekiel's wife Triana chose to stay with Freddie, even though Freddie was about to call the cops just because of a fight that he got into with Akosha's husband, Pumbaa.
A man-to-man fight. He called the cops.
Yes.
Y'all. Between a man-to-man fight.
Ezekiel. Follow me. Yeah, because you're the story. Your story.
Sorry.
Okay. So
that's the reason why did it come?
Yeah, we don't need to get. Yeah, we didn't exactly. We didn't need to get no cops involved, and this is why me, Akosha, and her husband is here in Uganda, and they're not with us because of the fights, and because we don't agree with trying to put your fellow brother behind bars over a fight, literally over tension that you feel some type of way about him.
Even like him,
and you guys are just gonna actually call the cops. So Ezekiel disagree with him calling the cops, but Ezekiel still decides to stay because he didn't want to go back to Uganda. He didn't trust that we would be on anything, because he's saying you should come back to the land with Freddie. After Freddie wants to call the cops, why would we want to be on land on Freddie? We don't know what Freddie's going to do at this point, so we had to leave.
they said they're skipping all over. So I don't.
Anyway, so I'm just telling you guys know the story of Olivia leaving us as a member of our tribe, my blood cousin, not supporting us anymore financially, and while we split, we're no longer a tribe that we came with. Okay, so we're in different locations. Olivia's in Tanzania, we are in Uganda, and we have no income to support ourselves because Olivia was the only source of income at this moment. And what I'm asking for is for a ticket so I can get back to the States. Ami has a job ready for me, and Ami has a place already ready for me. So I am willing to go back to work because I'm not gonna, leave my family here with no income. And I know how I can get income to support my family. Akosha's gonna stay here in Uganda with her husband. So Michonne leave because she said that she doesn't want to be around anyone that fights. This is her reason for leaving.
Michonne did not go with Adam and Olivia. But Sean is with Freddie, Ezekiel, and his wife.
Yes. Michonne stayed because of the fight. This is why Michonne chose to stay because of the fight.
Feels like he has whatever the nonsense Freddie told them, they're believing it. So they're against Pumbaa.
Right.
This is why they decided to continue the journey with Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
And Freddie,
and they're going to the land that I basically purchased for Freddie and his family. So they're all going to be there on the land, and we chose to come back to
I
Uganda
want to know about Michonne.
because
really talking-
the only reason why, because Freddie and I was, and it's just like upsetting because what should we do? We should just leave, go to the land with Freddie,
When
and
this
have
happened, this
her
happened
husband
a
in
week
jail,
ago.
and have her husband in jail, and she has no husband to be there for her child. Like, why would I choose to do that? I don't care what land you have, okay? I'm not doing that. That's just how I work. I would get my own land here without them. I don't need Freddie, okay? So I would do that myself without them. So I'm not going to be in the land with any person that's up and snitch on his own brother because of a fight. This is what I chose. We're not going to be on that land with them. No way. Exactly. Michonne fights herself. Exactly. Michonne would be the first to fight. That's what she does for real. She tried to fight Ezekiel before. She tried to fight. She busted.
The story between
that one. Michonne fights. So, and she's the one saying how she doesn't want to be around fighting energy.
So
Like, and this is why she actually left. She's not here because of the fight that happened. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, she was.
I'm telling you, yes, it is. Even she was telling you, like, Michonne was telling her about how the way you treat me and like it's something different, and she wished that she had that for herself.
Yeah, Michonne feels left out a lot sometimes,
Like,
because she said that I give my daughter more attention. I'm always giving my daughter
and
him attention, because but instead of her joining in, she would just
literally leaves herself out.
leaves,
We
like-
invite her with everything. Like in the morning when we were in Uganda at the apartment, we're all playing chess. She wakes up last and see us like vibing, talking, playing chess. And then she's like, like trying to get you to come do stuff for her, but she obviously like can join us.
But she just feels like I would leave her out.
She basically feels like just because like they're partners. Okay, she basically feels like they're partners, that I should always only be with her and leave us out. Like, we're not all family, but we're all still family. So whatever we do together. But she believes in like that separation type of thing. So it's like, why is she giving them all this attention and not me, when that's not her intentions? Like, her intentions is not that. So yeah, I guess it's a jealousy thing. I don't know.
She said, "Congratulations on your baby."
Thank you. I did not tell the internet world yet, but
yes, I did, because I had to let you know. And Olivia knows this. I did tell her. She doesn't care that Coach is pregnant, and we need some support. Even if she had just got me a ticket to let me go back, I'd have been okay with that, because I'm not literally dependent on all of her income to support me for the rest of my life. So even if she had did that, it would have been fine. But she's just refusing to not do anything at this point, and not to even listen. So when I'm not, like, you guys know, if you guys been following me long enough, y'all know I don't come on here and talk about certain things. Like, I don't come in here and do all that, and I don't, what I mean. So for me to do this is because I've tried everything, and this is basically the last resort. I've tried everything. Okay, so this is the reason why I have to come online and have to tell the story of why we need help. I don't want to just come and beg for help or ask for help and no story to back up why we're needing help right at this moment in Uganda, because we're literally in a whole other country, not even another continent. We're in a whole other continent, right? And we have no income to support us at this moment. So I need to get back to the States ASAP. I need to get back to the States. We have stamps. You're right, exactly. We have stamps. So we have stamps that we need to get updates on our passports, because if we don't,
we have 3 months
illegal in this place. So no, we have 2 weeks for Uganda. We have
2
to go to the
more
border. We
weeks
have 2 more weeks for Uganda, and we have to get stamps, right? And that costs $100 by itself. It's 50 for her and 50 for me, right? Once we get the stamp, she'll get an extension. We'll get an extension to stay in Uganda longer, right? And then I can get a ticket so I can go to the States, so I can send the money. So when she does get her extension, I can actually afford to pay for that. But in the meantime, we have to get to the border, and we have to ASAP. We have to get to the border, and we have to get these stamps, our stamps updated, and that requires money. The money that we've been getting helped with has been basically feeding us, and transportation for us to get to the border is going to cost money, and then my ticket to just, my ticket out. So we do have some, we have like 150 or 140 US dollars we have so far, and we're saving that to get the stamps and to get to the station. We have to get like buses to get to the bus station to actually get our stamp updated. No, our son is in Africa. My son is in Africa. He's here in Africa. He's in Tanzania, and we are in Uganda. Yes, I'm telling you, that's the plan. Once I get back to America, like I said, I have a job ready. I'm not doing this just to. No, I'm going to be working. Army has a job ready, prepared for me. I have a job. I have a place to stay. When did you go? Yeah, he didn't start, but he's here. He's been here for probably 2-3 weeks, maybe not even that long.
No, like 2 weeks.
Probably
it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's not even 3.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks. So once I get the income, I'm coming back. Yes, once I come back, right, and I get the income, because the money stretches so far here in Africa. There's so much you can do with the American dollars. It's like mind blowing, right? So once I get to America, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna be able to bring that back. And yes, we will get land, we will have house, and we will have businesses. And then once we have the businesses, we'll be able to get residency here for Africa. So we can actually become African residents, like, get our passports and everything like that. But that's the plan, But in the meantime, we just need to get our stamps updated, and we need to get extensions so we can stay in Uganda longer. And then once I get back to the States, I can work, support my family, and then we can purchase land here in Uganda. I'm telling you guys, that's just and live off the land, exactly, farm, all of that. Build businesses. Yes, build and business over here is not that hard. Once you have the money, you can open up anything here. Basically, you have the money, you can open up anything, you can buy whatever land. And land here, guys, also land in Uganda is very cheap. House is also very cheap. US dollar cheap, so of course I have to get back so I can save and I can support us. That's what the whole goal is, for me to get back to America so I can work and I can support our family. Like, what business? You can open up a salon here. You could open up a restaurant here. You can open up anything, any business you want. You can open up it here. It's not crazy over there. Uganda is not crazy. It's very, very beautiful here. The people are nice. The vibes is great here. There's no craziness happening. I've been in Uganda long enough, right? Over a month now. And I've been moving with an actual Ugandan. My daughter's husband is Ugandan. We've been moving with an actual Ugandan. We move around here. Okay, we move locally too. So, we're not coming in as tourists. So we're coming as if we want to be here. We want to actually relocate here in Africa. We want to live here. So, and we moving as in we're living here locally. So he knows all about this place, and this is his country. This is his country. So Uganda, like I said, guys, like getting land out here in Uganda, getting a house out here in Uganda is very, very cheap, right? It's really not. When I heard the prices for the first time, I'm still like in shock. When I heard the price for a house here, right, for land, and your own land and a house here, I was shocked. It's literally, you can get land and a house here for $5,000 US. Yes, I'm spilling the beans. You can get land here. Thank you so much, Latasha. Yes, so you can get land here for $5,000 US, right? US dollars. That's impossible to do in America. That is impossible to do. You cannot do that in America, right? So, so what am I saying? Exactly. So, and also you can get land for 10,000, you can get land for 15,000, and you can build and you can start businesses. It's very affordable because of how the US dollar stretches here in Uganda. Tell the truth. I'm serious. I am serious. $5,000 can get you a house. I'm focusing on the bigger picture right now, okay? My focus right now is to focus on the bigger picture. We're here to help each other grow. We're here to unite. We're here to spread a message. We're here to help the people, and they need to see Africa for what Africa really is and not the lies that's been being told to people, right? When you are in America, if you earn $1,000, right? Let's say you're making $1,000 a week in America. That money compared to Uganda is if you're making $1 million a week. So you're basically a millionaire here with the US dollar. But in the US, that money is useless. It's not valuable, right? You would have to, for you to buy a house for $5,000 in US, that's impossible. It is highly impossible for that to happen. But in Africa, in Uganda, in Tanzania, you can get house for very cheap. Even the first land I purchased for Freddie, that land is only $900. $900 only. That is the price for land. And then another $2,000 or less, you can build a house for yourself. It's going to be in your name, everything. So what they've been saying about Africa is a lie. They're not educating us on how you can really do this out here. You can live like a god and goddesses out here. Millionaires. For $1,000 a week, you're working for that. That's actually millionaires. And a lot of Ugandans have never even seen $1 million. But with just $900 or $1,000, that's $1 million Ugandan dollars. 1 million. So you're worth way more here than over there. Think about if you're collecting residual income right now, you're collecting US residual income. What you can do if you can just come to Africa. Pick a country and come to Africa on a residual income and see how cheap you can get land for and how cheap you can build here, how you can start a business here, you can start a whole life here. And you can become a resident here and live like you're really supposed to live. So my focus is on a bigger picture. I'm not just here trying to play no games. I'm here showing people like, listen, once I get back to the States, I'm going to be saving my money and I'm going to be building a nation here, basically. I'm going to be building a nation here. I'm not going to be doing this just no. I'm going to show people, Americans, those people need to, and the dollar, the value is so much higher in America, they need to migrate. They need to migrate to Africa so that their money, and not only that, when they bring their money to Africa, they're going to be building up the economy of Africa. They're going to have economy. Now, Africa's economy is going to get better because the people are coming back. They're coming home. Why struggle? Why struggle in the States? Why do it there when you can come and do it so much better here? Just different. The people are different, but you have to because you are them too. You know what I mean? You are also African, so you would have to come and you would have to learn yourself. Because coming to Africa, I've learned myself. They're not so much different from me. I'm them. I came from them. So you now have to come and you have to be learning. You have to learn from Africa now. You have to learn from the Africans, because what you think you know, you have no idea. What you think you know about Africa and Africans, you have no idea. You would have to be here right? And you would have to be connected with a true African for you to actually know yourself and to find out about who you truly are also. Because coming to Africa, I was able to find out about my tribe and where I'm from too. I was able to find that out. They can just look at you, they know because they're us, you know what I mean? We're them. We came from this. So they know when they see your face, your features, you're black, but you have certain features, they can say, oh, she looks South African. You're from that tribe. How do they know that? If we're not them, we're related. This is how they know. Right. So, this is just us coming back. Like, we need to come back and spend the dollar here so that the Africa economy can get better, and you can live a better life for your family. You can be where you actually belong. You can be where you actually belong and live a really good life. So this is what I'm going to be doing. This is going to be my message, because I was living in Costa Rica. That's not it. Living in Puerto Rico, that's not it for me. My money doesn't go far there. The dollar is basically almost the same. I'm spending a lot of money, and when I can do it better here, why would I not want to live in a place where it reflects me, where this is me? It's blacks. I like, you know what I mean? I'm black. I like the vibe. I vibe. So it's like, why not come to Africa? I tried Costa Rica. I tried all the Spanish countries. Why not try here in Africa? I think he got, I don't know, I think it was an acre. I think it was less than an acre, a little less than an acre of land for 900. I think it was less. I'm not from, listen, I am actually from Guyana. I'm not from Africa. Like, I wasn't born in Africa. I am, peace, Tavius. Yeah, I am Guyanese. I was born in Guyana, so I'm not African. But of course, I believe I am, I descended from Africa, so I'm African. But I was born in Guyana. Not Africa, Guyana, not Ghana, Guyana. We're all from the earth. Yeah, we are from the earth. We're Guyana. No, I said not Africa. Guyana is in South America. Yeah, Guyana is in South America. So, yeah, that's like I said. That's gonna be my message: is to let African Americans know that, educate them on Africa, and why being here is better to live. Why being here is the best place to be, because of how the dollar is here, and how the vibe is here, and the tribes. Like, you'll get to experience so much. You're gonna be able to know so much more about yourself, and you're gonna feel more like like yourself here too. Clean, of course. This is a continent, right? Africa is not just a country, like one single country. Africa is a continent. There are over 100 countries in Africa, right? It's countries. So Uganda, we're in Uganda. Uganda is basically the center of it all, because Uganda is at the equator line, right? My friend was just telling me on the phone, we're basically in the center of Africa because of where Uganda is right at the equator. So there's the equator line that's in Uganda. The Nile River starts right in Uganda, Jinja, that we've seen, that we went to visit. So Uganda is a very, very, very special place, where life started from. They trace it back. Its part is in Uganda to Kenya area. So Uganda is a very special place. Not you. So I'm just saying, I'm giving lesson because I'm just letting I know what's the word, geographically, where we are, and it's very like I said, Uganda is a special place, and there's places in Uganda that's very, very clean, and nature everywhere, beauty everywhere, and there's places in Uganda that's not. Just like in America, there's places in America where it's beautiful and everything is clean, and then there's places where it's trash everywhere. You know, it's the same with Africa. There's places where it's very beautiful, the rich live there, and it's very clean, and then there's places where it's like you don't want to go there. You know, it's like we're everywhere else. But of course, you know, I will be where I want to be comfortable at. So I'll be in a nice green, clean, tropical area. As long as it's clean, I'm good. Get your ticket in good speed. In Godspeed, yes, yes. I'm classy. Okay, Miss Classy. Hippie. Oh, but no. Best of four is classy. Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what the as clean and luxury in Africa. Yes, you can just watch it, believe you see a commercial. Exactly. Take a trip. That's right. Y'all have to take a trip to Africa. And not only that, if you want to come to Uganda, guys, we're here. You know, y'all seen us, we're here. We know how to get around. You know, like I said, my daughter's husband, he's African, so he can take you everywhere. If you do decide to come here, I want to take a trip. We are here. We can be our tour guides. You know, how about that? Or they, because I'm gonna be in America for some time. So, but I'm just saying that whenever you do decide to come, we are here. If you want to have a real experience, you want to have the local experience, and you want to have a luxury high class experience, you can have both, or you can have one. You know what I mean? So it don't matter. Never judge. You say you've seen the videos, it looks trashy. Okay, like I said, there's trashy places all over the world. You know, even if you go to the best country, they're gonna find a spot where it's trashy. Like in America too, there's places in America that is very trashy. You know, and there's places that's very clean. So you can't judge one video, you know, for a whole country that's, you know, very big. That's no, you can't judge that at all. Yeah. You would have to be here. You can't really judge a country unless you're here, right? So I only go off of you know, first hand experience. I listen to people that's actually here. You know, I don't want to listen to people that's never been to Africa, seen 2 or 3 videos, and then say Tongo is trashy. That's crazy. That's not enough. You know, that's not enough information for me not to go. So I'm here, and I'm telling you, I've been to different parts of Uganda, and I can tell you there is literally places that look like heaven in Uganda. You know, I don't know what heaven looks like, but it says beautiful. There's places in Uganda that actually looks like heaven, and there's places that looks like hell. Just like I said, with America, there's places that looks like hell, and there's places that looks like heaven. You know, so it's both. But it's you'll see it. It's better. It's just better. The heaven, when you go to the spot out here that's beautiful, is better than the spots that's beautiful in America. For me, you know. Right. Exactly, Tavius. Exactly. Right. Yeah, because when I first came to America, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not American, right? I was born in Guyana, but I became a citizen of America, right? But my birth is in Guyana. I left Guyana when I was 14 years old. When I first came to America, I my vision of America was I thought it was going to be this beautiful, like just heaven place that I've seen on TV. Because on TV they show us that America is the best place to be. So I'm over here envisioning America to be this beautiful heaven. When I first came to America, I came to Brooklyn, New York. I went to the hood. My grandma lived in the hood because she couldn't afford a better place. So she was basically living in the hood. So we came straight to the hood. When I tell you our trash was everywhere and it smelled very bad. And I've never experienced this in my own third world country. They talk about that guy in third world. I've never experienced that type of living in my own country. But when I went to America and I went to Brooklyn in the hood, and after the trash, the elevator smells like piss. I went to the train station, that smelled like piss. I saw homeless people everywhere, and I've never seen that much where I'm from in Guyana. And I was like, I cried. I wanted to go back to my home. I wanted to go home, but I couldn't go home because I was only 14. So I'm telling you, like, there's places like that in America where you would really judge the whole country because you that one place. But I couldn't. because once we moved out of the hood, we went to a beautiful place in Queens, and then we saw beauty there. We saw nature, right? Much cleaner. Then we went to Long Island, and it's cleaner and it's nature over there. So if we had just judged it, we would have went back, but you couldn't. So we just continue to stay there and work until we get to a better location in America. Exactly. Imagine going somewhere and only seeing YouTube videos and falling in another country trashy. But it never been. Exactly. It is crazy. I don't know how people can judge. And that's what they do to us, because they show it on TV. They show Africa looking like, trashy. They show the starving kids with the flies in them. They paint Africa so bad. So a lot of African Americans that is afraid of coming. They show all the wars. They show the just worst of Africa. They're not showing Africa's true beauty a lot on TV. That's not what I grew up seeing about Africa. So this is what they're showing. So a lot of people are afraid of coming, and I'm telling y'all, I'm living currently in Africa until I get back to the States. But I'm currently here, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, Africa is beautiful. The people are beautiful. The environment, Africa is beautiful. Africa is a vibe. You just have to travel, and you have to be in a country and feel it for yourself. Close your mouth. I'm so thankful, Ami. The Cash App here is Ami's Cash App, guys. So I'm so thankful, grateful for your donation. We really need you guys help at this point. And I'm grateful so I can get back to the States and I can work, because I need to work. I need to get back to the States so I can help my family. I don't want to depend on no one's income. And for me to do this, it took a lot. I had to put my pride to the side and ask for help, because you've never seen me, make a video about asking for help from anybody. You've never seen me do this ever. Whoever donated, they came on their own and did that. So you've never seen me asking for help. This is my first time actually coming and making a video asking for support from my followers. You've never seen me do this. The first time I attempted to do it, it was when I purchased land in Costa Rica, and I only wrote about it. I asked for help, and I wrote about it. I said, help us pay off for this land. I wrote up a whole thing, and basically we didn't get any support from that, but that was okay, because the blessing came through Olivia, and Olivia was able to come and help with that. So I don't really go on here and make videos asking for any kind of help, and the help that I'm asking for right now is so that I can help myself. The help I'm asking for right now is not for me to go and and buy land or buy a house. I don't want you guys to do that for me. I'm going to do it for myself. Right? I'm the one. I like to learn how to fish. I don't want to just eat fish. Don't bring me fish. Get me where I can learn how to fend for myself and fish for myself. I'm that type of person. I'm that type of person to depend on donations from the public like this. But it comes a point in time where you have to put your pride aside and do what you need to do. So I have to do this. As much as it's uncomfortable for me, I have to do this, and I have to let the people know the story behind of why I'm asking for this help. I'm asking for help so that I can help myself and I can help my family. I don't want to be stuck, stuck here. We don't want to be stuck here in Africa with no kind of income, and we can't really, get out of our situation. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to my family at all. For a better life, yes. You said some Africans. See what I'm saying? Some people. I'm telling you, it's like some people are gonna just say what they want to say. I'm asking for donations. And why did I say I was just asking for donation? Did I say I'm asking for donation to like I said, to buy a house, to buy shoes, to buy clothes. You know, when have I ever done that? Did I do that? No. I'm asking for help so that I can help myself. This is what I'm asking for donations for. So I can help myself. So, you know, so for people to come at someone like this that's asking for help so they can help themselves, is, you know, it's kind of like, why would you want to bring that energy to the live? If you're not going to help, what you could do is just exit the live. You don't want to help, it's okay. You know, I appreciate you, and, you know, just exit the live if you don't want to help. You know, for you to come and cause all of this negative stuff, it just it just don't even make no sense at this point. It really doesn't. You know, this is, you know, and this is why, you know, this is how we're tearing each other down as a people. As a people, why are we doing this to each other? You know, why are we still doing this? Come on now, it's time for us to level up past all of this. We should not be doing this to each other as a race, as a people, you know what I mean? As people that look like me. Why are we fighting against each other? Why are we disrespecting each other? Why are we being rude to each other?
Yeah, so, you know, she said a lot on that one, on this live, and I'm gonna put it out. And please drop your comments on what you think they should do, because it sounds like she said that how she shouldn't be asking, that how people are having a go at her because she's asking money and all that. But some people have good reasons to ask for money from groups like this or tribes like this, because you see, like I indicated, you could have, right, you didn't go there to build. You went there, you're supposed to build a place. Like, you know, I mean, even if you do little things, you said that you do locks, you could have go teach how to do locks, could have done, you know, could have done a few things while you're in Uganda. And that's why people are on your case about this begging thing. That's why people are on your case, because of that. But anyways, I'm going to come off now. Please leave a comment underneath the video concerning Ellie. I can't remember how to say her name, but concerning this lady and the situation that's going on, because she has been doing a few lives after this point. So I'm going to leave the live here. Please comment and tell me what you think of this situation as well. How, you know, what she could have done. Like, you know, do you think she went to take from Uganda and that, or to build? Do you think she went to build with a few people and something else turned into something else, you know, like people clash, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to come off like I said. I know I've said that before. I'm not going to continue, so please leave a comment underneath the video. Thank you. And thank you for those who came to the live. Okay, I'm going to start with Majestic Vero, JY, Marie, pardon me, MJ, Ghetto Child, Jelly Whiz, Soul Ama, what was it? PF Productions. Though they came to I don't even know if they're still there. And Mind's Eye, Sister Ama, and that's it. So please have a very good night, and whatever time span you're in, please enjoy. And you know, Don't know what to say about cults and stuff now. But anyway, please enjoy. Take care. And I'll see you. Bye.